Kwa haraka. Sona moja ina aspirin kama kiungo. Sona moja, kitulizo kamili. Maumivu yakizidi, pata ushauri wa daktari.
Come over.
Wacha nikupikie Chef Ramsey.
Rena vegetable oil stays liquid to the last drop, so it's smooth cooking from start to finish. Now with an easy-to-pour cap. Mapishi poa, madishi poa.
The new Maisha Aluzinc Mabati from Maisha Mabati Limited. For the first time in Kenya, a roofing product that combines aesthetics with proven resilience. Its unique combination of aluminium and zinc gives it a 5 times longer lifespan than normal Mabati. Thanks to the excellent state-of-the-art mill, it has 20 years lifespan, it's easy to install, it's flexible and durable, it stands up to severe weather conditions, has good abrasion and rust resistance, it's affordable and is approved by the Kenya Bureau of Standards and is available countrywide. It can be used for all applications. Always insist on Maisha Aluzinc Mabati, a product of Maisha Mabati Rolling Mills, Ruiru.
Maji mdosi wangu ametupa simu yangu ndani ya maji.
Mdosi wako kwa sawa.
Venye Nkirota ameniambia ajui na akimpigia simu ashiki. Hi guy, what
For the women who deserve more, Moped is now in Kenya and more than 40 countries. With its nylon-free surface, new Moped has unique softness and up to 100% protection. Your skin will love it.
On this week's episode of your most trusted property show, we find out more on how technology is being used to advance the real estate sector.
I really want to see what we can do to help improve the Kenyan industry in terms of quality and training in particular.
And how building materials are shaping the built environment.
The future is for the ambitious. It's for those who embrace change. It's for those who embrace new technologies. And they will be rewarded for it.
You do not want to miss a thing this Sunday at 5:30 p.m. only on NTV.
This is NTV.
Wafanyikazi wa sekta ya jua kali kuanzia wahudumu wa bodaboda, mama mboga, pamoja na sekta ya matatu au ukipenda wanatoa huduma za kazi ya kihasla, ndio sasa wanalengwa na siasa katika kampeni zao, huku wachanganuzi wa siasa wakidai kwamba kuna njama fiche. Kwa nini mahasla wamevutia wanasiasa sasa? Ni moja taarifa kuu hapa NTV jioni, ila kwanza muktasari wa wakuu ya leo.
Tunataka nchi ambaye mwananchi anajitegemea, sio kutegemea mtu mwingine.
Priority ni kuunda nafasi 3-4 ya viongozi, ama ni kuunda nafasi milioni 3 kazi ya mwananchi mdogo.
Siasa za geukia mama mboga, jua kali na bodaboda, yani mahasla. Je, kwa nini wanasiasa wameamua kucheza ligi hiyo? Kijana aliyechomwa mgongo na kitoa machozi cha polisi alilia haki. Je, mamlaka ya IPOA itampanguza chozi?
Watu walishangaa sana. msimu huu ama huyo ni mtoto wetu. Watu hakusonga karibu na mimi.
Kijana wa Busia afanywa tambiko la utakaso baada ya familia yake kudai kwamba amerejea kutoka dunia ya wafu. Na Waziri Amina Mohamed adokeza kwamba mipango ya kurejelea michezo ya utagusano kama soka, raga na magongo inaelekea kukamilika.
Mbashara kutoka jumba la Nation. Hii ni NTV Jioni na Jen Ngoiri.
Na mtazamaji, shukran sana kwa kuichagua na daima kuienzi NTV Jioni kama ilivyo ada, na kusi tunamane sasa hadi tamati katika lugha ishara. Niko naye Flora Ateno. Musidanganyike nikifumba macho ni kauli ya uchanganuzi wa sera na siasa kuhusu mbinu mpya ya kuwalenga wananchi wa tabaka la chini, hususan wahudumu wa bodaboda, jua kali na kina mama mboga katika mchakato mzima wa kupigia debe ripoti ya BBI na uchaguzi mkuu wa mwaka 2022. Wananchi wa tabaka hilo wanatahadharishwa kwamba huu ni moto wa kubumuruka na utazima hivi karibuni. Basi mwanahabari wetu Seth Olale anaangazia hilo kwa kina.
Ukweli usemwe, uchaguzi mkuu uko mbali, miaka 2 kutoka sasa kifupi, lakini ni dhahiri miamba ya kisiasa imeanza kupasha misuli moto. Haijalishi ni mapema mno, anayelengwa sasa ni mwananchi wa tabaka la chini ambaye hapana shaka amelamazwa pakubwa zaidi na magumu ya kiuchumi, hasa kipindi hiki cha janga la corona. Wanaochezewa mbiu ya mgambo sasa ni wanyonge, yani tabaka la chini, mwanabodaboda, jua kali, mama mboga na bila shaka kina yahe. Na wakati huu wamepewa jina moja, mahasla.
The policy of industrialization, which is about to provide gainful employment to the youth, has failed. It's also an indication that our policy for many years to promote micro enterprises, to create a robust economy which allows a micro enterprise to move to a small scale enterprise employing 5 to 19 employees, has also failed. So we shouldn't worry.
Tabaka hilo la mapato madogo madogo na ambalo hujumuisha 30% ya wafanyikazi wa sekta ya biashara ndogo ndogo na wastani nchini wanang'ang'aniwa na wanasiasa wa pande zote, hasa katika kambi za naibu rais William Ruto na kiongozi wa ODM Raila Odinga. Mbali na kutakiwa kutoa kauli kuhusu hatma ya mchakato mzima wa BBI, taifa la mahasla lilivyobatizwa linapewa kiti kwenye meza kuu ya kuelekeza mkondo wa uchaguzi mkuu mwaka 2022.
The politicians respond to any sector on 2 conditions only. If the sector can hurt them, they will respond to that sector. If the sector can help them politically, they will respond to that sector. So they should tell you that this is a powerful sector politically.
Hata kabla ya wiki moja kukamilika tangu kupokea rasmi ripoti ya BBI katika kaunti ya Kisii, Rais Uhuru Kenyatta amekutana na makundi mawili ya wahudumu wa bodaboda mjini Kisii na Nairobi kutoa ahadi na kutoa tahadhari.
Na mimi naamini kwa sababu nchi ambayo tunataka kujenga, tunataka nchi ambaye mwananchi anajitegemea, sio kutegemea mtu mwingine.
Wiki moja kabla ya uzinduzi wa BBI, naibu rais William Ruto ambaye aliibuka na nembo ya Hustlers Nation katika kampeni zake, vile alijumuika na wahudumu wa bodaboda katika kaunti ya Nyamira.
Ninawauliza vijana wa Nyamira, priority ni kuunda nafasi 3-4 ya viongozi ama ni kuunda nafasi 3 kazi ya mwananchi mdogo?
Kwa sasa wachambuzi wa siasa na sera wanasema mahasla wana sababu ya kuona mbali, kwa sababu huenda huu ukawa moto wa kumburuka unaozimwa kwa tone la maji, yani wasidanganyike, wakae ngangari. Huku uongozi wa kisiasa nchini ukizingatia suala la BBI, mwananchi wa kawaida anataka masuala yake yazingatiwe mwanzo, kama vile ukosefu wa ajira na gharama juu ya maisha. Seth Olale, NTV, Nairobi.
Na kutokana na taarifa hiyo tunakuuliza, una maoni gani kuhusu wanasiasa kuwalenga watu wa tabaka la chini maarufu mahasla? Una maoni gani kuhusu wanasiasa kuwalenga watu wa tabaka la chini maarufu mahasla? Sema nasi kupitia mitandao yetu ya kijamii Facebook, Twitter @JaneNgweriOfficial @NTV Jioni. Wakati huo huo, kiongozi wa chama cha Wiper Kalonzo Musyoka amewaonya wanasiasa dhidi ya kuwapotosha wananchi kuhusu ripoti ya BBI kabla ya kuisoma na kuielewa. Kalonzo anadai BBI ndio njia mwafaka ya kuunganisha Wakenya kwa manufaa ya maendeleo. Kalonzo alisema hayo hii leo alipozuru kaunti ya Nyeri, ambapo kando na kuipiga debe ripoti ya BBI alifungua ofisi ya chama cha Wiper katika eneo la Skuta, Nyeri. Kinara huyo aliyewahi kuwa makamu wa rais anasema ni sharti kila mwananchi ajisomee ripoti hiyo mwenyewe na kukata kauli badala ya kuwategemea wanasiasa wanaoeneza propaganda kwa manufaa yao ya kibinafsi. Kalonzo amesema kuwa ataendelea kumuunga mkono Rais Uhuru Kenyatta na kuipigia debe mchakato wa maridhiano.
Ukileta mageuzi kawaida huwa na changamoto nyingi, because they are always anti-change agents. Those anti-change agents, I'm quite sure mwishowe wataona pia the way to go.
Sasa mtazamaji, mwanaume wa miaka 23 kutoka Ruiru, kaunti ya Kiambu, analilia haki baada ya afisa wa polisi kudaiwa kumtupia kitoa machozi kilicholipuka na kumchoma mgongoni. Rose Wangoi ana taarifa kamili.
Anthony Ng'ang'a ni mwanaume anayelilia haki. Anauguza jeraha la moto la 4% ya mwili wake sehemu ya mgongo. Ng'ang'a ni mfanyikazi wa kampuni moja ya kusafirisha na kuwasilisha vifurushi na mizigo kwa wateja kwa kutumia bodaboda jijini Nairobi. Siku ya tukio hili alikuwa katika barabara ya Accra akimpelekea mteja mtungi wa maji kwa pikipiki. Alipokuwa akivuka barabara, alijipata katikati ya malumbano makali baina ya polisi na makundi yaliyokuwa yakizozania usimamizi wa vyoo vya umma.
Nilisikia nimeshikwa kwa mgongo na nikarushwa tear gas. Ililipukia kwa mwili wangu na ikanichoma vibaya.
Ng'ang'a alizirai na alipopata fahamu aliamka kujipata na jeraha la moto mgongoni.
Ile tear gas ilikuwa inatokea kwa nguo zangu. Niliitoa hiyo nguo jacket na nikaiangusha chini na hiyo tear gas ikaanguka hapo chini. Lakini polisi walikataza nisiongee na watu wa media. Waliniambia tuingie kwa gari ili tuende Central Police Station. Tulienda nao akaniambia kwanza niende nitibiwe ili nirudi niandikiwe OB.
Sasa Ng'ang'a anayemtegemea mkewe kuuguza jeraha lake mgongoni anadai maafisa wa polisi wamekosa kumpa haki.
Tulienda hospitali nikaoshwa na nikapewa dawa ya kupaka na tukarudi Central Police Station. Ile tuliingia huko walikataa kuniandikia OB.
Kuna dawa mingi yenye haipatiwa huko. Mimi nachukua tu maji, nachukua towel na mpaguza hiyo kidonda yake. Tena hata pesa ya kurudi kwa clinic kutoka Monday aende akaoshwe hakuna.
Niko na familia na wananihitaji pia.
Mwanaume huyu anadai maafisa wa polisi wamekuwa kimshinikiza kutatua kisa hiki nje ya mahakama.
Yule polisi alinichoma na OCS wake huwa wananipigia simu kila siku. Wananiambia kwamba wanipe 10,000 hiyo mambo iishe.
Sasa Ng'ang'a analilia haki kutoka kwa serikali, kwani tayari amewasilisha malalamishi yake kwa mamlaka ya kutathmini utendekazi wa polisi IPOA. Rose Wangoi, NTV.
Na tunamtakia afueni ya haraka na kwamba haki itendeke. Tukisonga mbele ni kwamba familia moja katika kijiji cha Iseka, eneo bunge la Butula, kaunti ya Busia, inafanya tambiko kumtakasa mwana wao aliyedhaniwa kuwa amefariki kwenye ajali. Aliporejea nyumbani Jumatatu wiki hii, aliwashangaza jamaa na marafiki waliokuwa wameanza mipango ya mazishi. Anavyosimulia Charity Mwangi, baadhi walidhania ni jini, ndio maana wakaamua kufanya tambiko la utakaso angalau kumkaribisha tena duniani kutoka nchi ya wafu.
William Ong'ono anashikilia jogoo huyu ambaye atakuwa mkombozi wake. Lazima jogoo huyu afe ndio Ong'ono arejelee maisha yake ya awali. Amekuwa ametengwa nje kwa siku 3 baada ya shughuli nyingine iliyosababisha jogoo mwingine afe ndio aweze kuingia katika boma la baba yake. yeye bado hajapata jiko, na basi shemeji amesalia hapa naye na atamshika ubavu hadi tambiko ikamilike.
Tumelala naye hapa kwa siku 3. Tukimaliza siku 4 tutabebana mpaka kwa nyumba yake yenye atakuwa anaelekea.
Haya yote yalitokana na habari kwamba alikuwa miongoni mwa wafu katika ajali ya boti katika ziwa la Victoria. Kulingana na Ong'ono, ni hakika msafiri ni aliye bandarini.
Niliona boti vile ilikuwa imejaa, sikuingia. Nikasema hiyo safari nimeahirisha. Nikaenda kwa sherehe. Na kule vile nimejulikana kama mkulima. Kila mtu yote kuanzia huko Highland, Bukodi mpaka Busia district wanajua tu mimi ni mkulima peke yangu. Na kumbe tulikuwa na mzee mwingine pia anaitwa mkulima jina kama yangu.
Ujumbe huo ulipofika, familia ya Ong'ono ilianza mipango ya mazishi licha ya kuwa hawakuwa wamedhibitisha ukweli. Sasa mila na desturi zinamlazimu Ong'ono kupitia matambiko ya utakaso kabla ya kukubalika tena nyumbani. Na imekuwa safari ya kukata jasho si haba. Jamii hii inafaa hata kumjengea nyumba mpya, kuashiria mwanzo mpya na maisha mapya.
Tukimaliza hiyo ataingia kwa nyumba yake. Tunakunywa hiyo pombe ya mlija.
Watu walishangaa sana. Msimu ama huyo ni mtoto wetu. Watu hakusonga karibu na mimi, walikuwa kere wanted.
Wamekwisha kumla ng'ombe mzima, kilichosalia ni mkia, yani kukubalika tena nyumbani. Hapana shaka ni masaibu wasiotaka kumtakia hata adui, lakini anasema haidhuru kwa Jalali kwamba yuko hai, kwani wasafiri wenzake 6 walikutana na mauti. Charity Mwangi, NTV.
Kutoka Busia turejee hapa Nairobi. Ni kumbusha swali letu la leo, na maoni gani kuhusu wanasiasa kuwalenga watu wa tabaka la chini maarufu kama mahasla? Abdurrahim Adidi Wasafi anasema wanasiasa watajua tu watu wa tabaka la chini iwapo wakati wanataka kura yao. Serikali hii kupitia kwa rais na naibu wake waliahidi vijana kazi, na bado naibu rais bado anaahidi kazi. Uongo tu. Naye kuna Ihahe anasema hapo ndio kura ziko, mimi nikipewa 500 nachagua mtu. Naye Jack Ronda anasema wanajua mabwenyenye na middle class asilimia kidogo sana ndio upiga kura, lakini mahasla ndio wanavote kwa kiwango kikubwa. Na mwisho kabisa Samuel Mburu, hili ni kundi kubwa kabisa la wapiga kura. Maskini ndio upiga kura na kujidanganya kuwa maisha yatabadilika. Ole wenyu. Haya sasa nakupa fursa upate glasi ya maji, lakini bado kuna taarifa kemkem ndani ya NTV jioni.
Asante sana. Sasa, ni nini kingine ambacho unaweza kumfanyia msichana wetu?
Kila kitu. Hata kufua nguo na aerial mpya. Unaniamini sasa?
Aerial huondoa madoa sugu kwa mosho mmoja. Ijaribu leo uamini.
Kula kwanza na kachai. Tunasema mkate gani tamu zaidi, wenye afya tele tena to zaidi, bei yake bado ni ile ile nafuu, unapatikana karibu na wewe. Selecta. Mkate ni Selecta.
Amujui. Na mmesikia raundi tunafaidika kibiashara.
Wewe na hiyo udaku yako umesikia wapi?
Hata usiongee ripoti kwa BBI.
Wacha hata sisi wa mama raundi tufaidike. Tumeteseka sana.
Jisome.
Buda, wewe BBI ni nini?
BBI hata sitambui.
Na constitution?
Constitution sitambui, kitu ni ya masosa. Hao wanasiasa wanataka sijui wajiongezee mavyeo, madoa wajiongezee.
Mimi na watu BBI ni bora bidii endelee.
Hiyo ni bidii yetu, tupigae tusaidie hapa.
Wachana na story yao wasi. Jisome.
Jisome. Jisome.
Jisome.
Jisome.
Jisome.
We jisome.
Usitegemee unachosikia. Jisome. BBI report itatekeleza mikakati ya kuboresha maisha ya Wakenya wote.
Jisome.
The Samsung BlueTech sale is backed by popular demand. Up to 20% off on selected mobile devices, along with additional 50% screen replacement offer on the Galaxy S20 series. Enjoy up to 30% off on selected TVs, refrigerators, washing machines, and other home appliances. Don't miss out on these unbeatable deals. Visit your nearest participating Samsung dealer store to enjoy this and many more offers.
Hello, Susan. Yes, you. Holding that pack. I know you've been avoiding me because in the past I've made you uncomfortable. Maybe even caused you pain. But I want you to know that I have changed. For you.
Hey, what is this?
You can love me again if you're willing to give me another chance. Meet me at aisle 4. Hey, Susan.
It's lactose free.
We know you love milk, and now there is milk that loves you. With Gold Crown lactose-free milk, you can enjoy the richness of natural cow's milk without any of the digestion discomfort. Gold Crown lactose-free, milk that loves you.
Lifebuoy is the world's first to report its sanitizers over 99.9% effective against the COVID-19 coronavirus. Keep using Lifebuoy or any sanitizer with at least 60% alcohol. Stay safe.
Fresh Fry Premium Cooking Oil now has a new look and an advanced spout and seal. Triple refined, zero cholesterol and E. Fresh Fry, always heart friendly. Now it's even more cooking friendly. Fresh Fry, the premium cooking oil for healthy living.
Parenting is all about learning when to be tough and when to be gentle. Tough, gentle. But when it comes to fever, you need to be both. Panadol Baby and Infant starts to work on fever in 15 minutes and is gentle on the tummy. Tough call. Panadol Baby and Infant. Tough on fever, gentle on your child.
Karibu tena. Mwezi huu wa Oktoba umetengwa mahususi kuhamasisha jamii kuhusu saratani ya matiti. Matibabu ya saratani yameimarishwa pakubwa hapa nchini, ikizingatiwa kuwa kwa miaka mingi wengi wangesafiri hadi ughaibuni kupata matibabu. Lakini sasa hata baadhi ya hospitali za kaunti zinatoa matibabu kwa gharama nafuu. Mwanahabari wetu Bridget Ngana na ripoti hiyo.
Tabasamu lakini inaficha makovu na uchungu waliopitia katika kupambana na saratani ya matiti. Tulipomtembelea Susan Mashari ya nyumbani kwake Olkalau, kaunti ya Nyandarua, ilikuwa ni mwaka mmoja tangu apatikane na saratani ya matiti.
I just woke up one morning when I was taking a shower and discovered I have a lump on my left breast. It was a shock. I didn't know what it is. I thought it's a boil. So I decided to take medication. I went to our local hospital, JM Kariuki, and the doctor decided that an ultrasound is going to be conducted. So after the ultrasound, when the results came, the doctor still suggested a further investigation. That was a mammogram.
Kwa Susan, mama ya watoto watatu, kutangaziwa kwamba uvimbe aliokuwa nao ulikuwa na seli za kansa, ilikuwa ni sawa na kutangazwa cheti cha mauti.
There is a woman who is employed in that hospital, a cancer survivor. And when I was crying at my bed, she came in and told me, Susan, I want to talk to you. And I said, I don't want to hear anything from anyone. Then she said, please let me in your eyes if you're not going to listen to me. She opened and buttoned her blouse and exposed an empty chest. And that's where I gained my strength.
Susan ni miongoni mwa Wakenya wanaoishi mashinani ambao wametibiwa saratani hapa nchini. Ingawa amehangaika sana kwa gharama na kusumbuka kimawazo, isitoshe wakati huo matibabu ya saratani yangepatikana hospitali za Kenyatta na ile ya rufaa ya Moi pekee miongoni mwa taasisi za umma.
I used to go for 2 days before the D-day that I'm going to get the chemotherapy because of the queue. It's a public hospital. So we used to queue there. For those who didn't have money for rooms, they used to sleep on the hospital bench. It was traumatizing.
Lakini sasa hospitali za kaunti kama JM Kariuki hapa Nyandarua na hospitali ya rufaa ya Nakuru level 5 zinatoa matibabu kwa wagonjwa wa saratani, huku hazina ya bima ya afya nchini NHIF ikigharamia huduma.
We have been able to see between 2,000 patients and 2,500 patients. These are index patients who are coming both as new patients and transfers from other facilities like NH. Those patients who wish to be followed up closer to home.
Safari ya Susan ilimpa motisha ya kuanzisha kikundi cha wanaougua saratani hapa Nyandarua ili kutiana moyo na kutoa hamasisho kuhusu matibabu, ila anakiri upo unyanyapaa.
The treatment of cancer is first surgery, second chemotherapy, and third radiotherapy. And all those services are in our country. So there is no need to go out there. I survived and I didn't go out. So what I can say, maybe it's to add more open more cancer centers, employ more personnel, oncologists to help those cancer centers that they are going to open.
Ni mashujaa wa saratani kama vile Susan ambao wanaonyesha uwezo wa nchi hii katika kupambana na janga hili la saratani. Susan ameweza kuonyesha kuwa nchi hii ina uwezo wa kutibu saratani na juhudi zinafaa ziongezeke katika kusaidia wale ambao bado hawajajua hali yao. Bridget Ngana, NTV County ya Nyandarua.
Na shukran sana Bridget Ngana kwa taarifa hiyo. Kwa sasa tupumzike tena, kisha ndarejea na taarifa za michezo. Usicheze mbali.
I wish I could have soft and glowing skin.
New Geisha Black Soap with activated charcoal to give you soft and glowing skin. New Geisha Black Soap and New Geisha Moringa.
We deserve more girls. Nolly cash, nolly cash, nolly cash. We need a big change in our lives. Do you think this is it, girls? No. No irritation. No irritation. We need a
For the women who deserve more, Moped is now in Kenya and more than 40 countries. With its nylon-free surface, new Moped has unique softness and up to 100% protection. Your skin will love it.
Nilikuwa naishi Mlolongo, nikaamua kuweka duka South B ya spares. Nikatafuta rafiki yangu, akanipeleka kwa group, nikaanza savings na Equity. Wakati unataka loan, unaongea na Equity, group ina guarantee upewe hiyo pesa. Mabank zingine mpaka upeane kitu kama title deed, na nikaona sasa hii ya group hakuna kitu unaitishwa, ni kujicommit we mwenyewe. Nilikuwa loan ya 30, kwanza ikanipelekea mtoto shule, nikaenda ya 70, nikajenga nyumba yangu, nikaenda 200 na nikaongeza kazi pia. Vile corona ilikuja March, kazi zilienda chini. Bank wakasema mwenye ako na loan tuende kwa bank.
kila mtu vile alikuwa amechukua loan yake, kiwango yake akareduciwa. Kama Equity Bank haingepunguza loan yetu, maisha ingekuwa ngumu sana. Sasa nimekuwa marafiki na Equity Bank kabisa.
The spread of coronavirus, learn Lifebuoy's hand washing habits. Wash hands with soap or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Together, let's help fight the spread of coronavirus in Kenya.
That is what this could be. Hii yote ni 5 acres. We are going to build the greenhouse for you, sell the produce, na pia tutagawana faida. 75%, 25%.
You mean 75% for me?
Sign hapa kwanza. First year yield itakuwa ni 67%. Na kuna taxes.
You mean tax?
Sign hapa na hapa. Additionally, kuna 2% facilitation fee na warehouse charges. Sign hapa ya mwisho.
And this is a sure deal.
Completely transparent.
Okay.
If only all things in life were as honest as Airtel's amazing data. Get 500 MB free daily, 3.5 GB free weekly, and 15 GB free monthly with every bundle purchase. Not just for a few, but for every one of you. Switch to Airtel and save. The honest network.
Michezo ambayo wachezaji wanatagusana kwa kiasi kikubwa itarejelewa karibuni hapa nchini kwa mujibu wa waziri wa michezo Amina Mohamed. Kandanda, magongo na raga ni miongoni mwa michezo ambayo imesitishwa tangu Machi kwa sababu ya janga la homa ya corona.
On contact sports, and I think that's really an important question because although the protocols that we released said that our sportsmen and women could not undertake contact sports, I think we all know that there has been, they've been playing. So it's something that we're discussing with the Ministry of Health to see how we can support that with the right protocols, of course.
Na kocha wa AFC Leopards Anthony Modo Kimani anaimani kwamba timu yake itanyakua taji la ligi kuu ya kandanda humo nchini msimu ujao na kusitisha ukame wa miaka 22 iliyopita. Ingwe ambayo imekita kambi ya mazoezi mjini Iten, County ya Elgeyo Marakwet, itafungua kampeni yake ya msimu mwaka 2020 na 2021 dhidi ya Western Stima uwanjani Nyayo tarehe 21 mwezi ujao.
Bila shaka utakuwa ni msimu mgumu kabisa, kwamba timu nyingi zimesajili wachezaji wazuri, kutakuwa na ushindani mkubwa kabisa. Vile vile pia sisi tunajua kwamba tuna nafasi kubwa pia ya kufanya vyema. Tumeweza kusajili wachezaji kadhaa ambao ni wazuri kabisa na imani kwamba watatuongezea nguvu sana kama FC Leopards. Kwa hivyo bila shaka tunatarajia kwamba msimu utakuwa ni mzito, lakini tutakuwa tumepata muda mwafaka wa kujiandaa ili mradi tuweze kabiliana na msimu huu.
Kambi ya Iten itawasaidiaje?
Bila shaka itatusaidia kwa pakubwa. Kuna wachezaji wengi ambao tumewasajili ambao tujapata nafasi ya kufanya mazoezi nao. Nafikiri itakuwa ni muda mwafaka wale wachezaji kuingia kwenye timu, tengamano uzidi kuwa sawa na vile vile pia waweze kujuana na wenzao, kwa maana unajua mchezo wa kandanda inakuwa ni kama familia. Kwa hivyo tunapokuja pamoja, tunapopata muda mrefu ambao tunakaa pamoja kama familia, basi tunaelewana zaidi, si kwa masuala ya kandanda peke yake, bali tunakuja karibu kama marafiki, na hiyo inatusaidia kufanya kazi vyema zaidi.
Na nini malengo yako katika msimu unaokuja?
Bila shaka kama timu zote 18 ambazo zitakuwa zinacheza ni kulenga lile taji. Najua sio rahisi, ni jambo ambalo hatujafanya kwa miaka mingi, lakini na imani kwamba wachezaji ambao tumesajili watatuongezea nguvu ili mradi tuweze kufanya vyema kuliko tulivyofanya msimu uliopita.
Ni haya tu kutoka uwanjani. Nilikuwa tumekuuliza kwa nini wanasiasa wanalenga mahasla. Honorable Chris Ruto anasema mahasla hasa wana bodaboda wako na umoja Kenya nzima, wote wanazungumza lugha moja, wanasiasa kawaida hutumia watu wa chini. Naye Chris Mugambi anasema wananchi wa tabaka la chini ndio rahisi kutapeliwa, ndio maana wanawakimbilia. Haya basi, kilicho na mwanzo hakikosi mwisho. Kufikia hapo natamatisha taarifa zetu za NTV jioni. Kwa niaba ya Flora Teno, shukran sana. Bye.
This is NTV.
I help women find independence by training them in fish farming. It's tough on my back, joints, and can cause headaches. Panadol Extra relieves multiple types of pain. If symptoms persist, seek medical advice.
Lifebuoy is the world's first to report its sanitizers over 99.9% effective against the COVID-19 coronavirus. Keep using Lifebuoy or any sanitizer with at least 60% alcohol. Stay safe.
I wish I could have soft and glowing skin.
New Geisha Black Soap. With activated charcoal to give you soft and glowing skin. New Geisha Black Soap and New Geisha Moringa.
How much? Ni 20 bob. Kata.
Ni how much?
Hii ni so.
Hii ni 20 bob na hii ni so na zote ni the same size.
Madam, the price of mutura is calculated by the formula. The length multiplied by the circumference to the power of the kafirifiri. Now, as you can see, yours has more kafirifiri than the other one. Endelea.
While other networks discriminate, sisi hatubagui, tuna serve everybody. Get to Bonge 10 and enjoy 100 minutes Airtel to Airtel. Upgrade to Bonge Plus 20 to get 100 free minutes Airtel to Airtel, plus 10 additional minutes to all networks. Dial *544#. Not just for a few, but for every one of you. Airtel, the honest network.
Washing is not equal to cleaning. Cleasoft equals real clean.
Cleasoft cleans not just the surface of the clothes, removing stubborn stains easily. Effective antibacterial agent goes deep into the fibers, removing 99.99% of the hidden germ. Congratulations! You are the winner!
Avoid the crowds and use your card. Pay with your Absa debit card at any point of sale. Or better yet, shop online. Stay safe.
To help fight the spread of coronavirus, learn Lifebuoy's hand washing habits. Wash hands with soap or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Together, let's help fight the spread of coronavirus in Kenya.
NTV, turning on your world.
It's a pleasure being with you again on this show that brings the world right into your living room. Or is it at your fingertips? Well, our main guest today is Anne Murungi, a journalist by training. But fate saw her shift careers and become the sales and marketing director of Kempiski Hotel, Gold Coast, Accra. And we have much more on the menu. And this is what we've lined up for you.
This is home, it's beautiful.
Yeah. Anne Murungi, the journalist who changed careers to become the sales and marketing director of Kempiski Hotel, Accra. In Kigali, how Kenyan civil engineer Nancy Njagi has positioned herself in Rwanda's fast-growing construction industry. On Kenya to the World, why Kenya's herbal tea is hot in Europe. And on My Magical Kenya, the pleasure and leisure at Elias Springs along Lake Turkana. From a journalist to a marketer in the hospitality sector, let's now roll Anne Murungi's story. I met her in Accra. She had just returned to her workplace following the resumption of international flights. I was received warmly at Kempinski Hotel, Gold Coast, Accra. Tumefika.
Karibu
How are
sana.
you?
Salama sana. Oh, sorry.
Anne Murungi has a daunting task to ensure sales are back to normal following the COVID-19 pandemic.
Nicely done. Yeah,
This is
yeah.
it's huge.
Yeah.
But she sounds quite optimistic as she shows me around.
For evening sundowners, so you find that the selection is quite vast.
The restaurant is busy, a sign of things returning to normalcy. As we settle for lunch, I learn that this artwork on a nearby wall was imported from Kenya. It is the work of a Kenyan artist, Michael Soi. Kempinski Hotels currently operates 75-star hotels and residences in 31 countries. The group now has its headquarters in Geneva, but was founded in Berlin in 1897 under a different name. Anne Murungi is among 24,000 people employed by the hotel worldwide. Anne is not the only Kenyan working here. There is David Musimi, the IT manager, Genevieve Njoki, training manager, and Callistas Shikanga, gym manager. But Callistas was on leave at the time of this production. The current manager, Manish Nambia, who is of Indian origin, was transferred from Kempinski, Nairobi.
This is the bar.
Back to Anne Murungi, the alumnus of Kieni Girls High School, who also holds a Bachelor of Commerce degree from the University of Nairobi, has an interesting journey in the hotel industry.
Started off with the Sarova hotels, then Hilton, went to Kempinski, then we were not in Kenya, then came back to Hemingway's collection, back to Kempinski, Nairobi, then started hospitality consultancy firm, Hospitality K Consult, which is still in Nairobi and operational, and now I'm here in Accra.
Yes. And for you, it is a total career shift. Yeah. Why? How did that happen?
Well, I'd say, I think more of fate. Sometimes I think the world has a way of shaping your career for you, because at first I thought I wanted to be a journalist, and I worked towards that. But the first opportunity that came was in the hotel industry, that was Sarova Hotels. It was a whole new world to me. At first I thought hotels were about accommodation and meals, but I realized there's a whole operation that goes behind to make the wheel turn. So when I joined the industry, the challenge was worth me staying on. I came on 17th of January this year.
Then
2020,
then
yes.
COVID came.
And landed, of course, like any other new team member, you'd go through the orientation process. You get to understand, first of all, the dynamic market, the people. Before I could settle in, COVID came. And it was going to be a very good year for us in terms of business. And by end of February, we had cancelled almost every big meeting we had in the books.
Reality was setting in.
Reality hit us in a big way.
So how is it now? Are things coming back to normalcy?
Normalcy, I think we'll be talking of a new norm, because still travel is very limited. And as you may have experienced, you have to do a COVID test within 72 hours, land in Accra, do a COVID test at the airport. And if you're here for 3 days, then you have to do another one within 72 hours to go back. So you find that the business traveler is a 3-4 day traveler. And all this is really coming in their way of travel.
Exactly what does your job entail, Anne?
The core is getting guests into the hotel, getting corporate contracts signed, getting the market to understand and appreciate the brand, position the brand. But beyond that is also business development. How do you ensure that the business continues, you know?
What is your biggest challenge and how are you coping with that challenge?
Not much. A lot of pepper in food. Whenever you go to a restaurant, there's a lot of pepper. But again, different tastes. You start appreciating and and enjoying it as well. The spices were a bit new when I first landed, but now I'm enjoying their food actually, yes.
What would you tell a young person watching you and just admiring and saying, I would like to be like Anne Murungi?
Opportunities are out there. It's up to you to go and grab them. But the most important thing is discipline. In whatever career you take, in whatever career path you take, I think the number one thing is discipline. And then be diligent with your work. And then do not fear challenges.
What is your favorite destination in Kenya? Or if you have to make a fresh trip somewhere, where is that?
Chalbi Desert is on my list. I've seen pictures on some of the group travel. There's quite a number of travel groups that have been formed on Facebook, one of it being Wanderlust Diaries, and I always go there to see what Kenyans are exploring. And I saw Chalbi Desert. You'd think someone is in Dubai, so it's on my list.
Very well. Anne Murungi's story shows us that passion can indeed take you far, and we all have gifted hands in one way or another. Time now for Kenya to the world. And today, Michael Tsimanji brings us the story of Meru Herbs, a company that exports Kenya's herbal tea, among other products.
Jams, sauces and herbal teas. These are just some of the products flying off the shelves in various stores across the globe. From Japan to Canada, Ireland to Italy, these in-demand products have been repping the 254 for years. And the interesting thing is that all these products originate from one place, Meru Herbs in Tharaka Nithi County.
Meru Herbs is a community-based social enterprise. We grow, we process, and we export organic herbal teas, tropical fruit jams, and tomato-based sauces. We have hibiscus, also known as carcade. Then we also have chamomile, also known as chamomilla. We have lemongrass, known as citronella. And then we have moringa, and we have shell ginger. And then we do blends of all these teas. For the jams, we realized that the same farmers that were growing the herbs had a lot of fruits that would go to waste during peak season. And so to reduce the post-harvest losses, we decided to transform those fruits into jams. Today we have guava jam, we have mango jam, pineapple. We try experiment with every fruit and try and make a jam out of it.
Meru Herbs also specializes in the production of both organic and conventional products. And speaking of organic products, I got to witness the production process firsthand. Since opening its doors, Meru Herbs has been in operation for close to 20 years. But how exactly did they get started?
In 1989, the Catholic Diocese of Meru, in collaboration with the Italian government, started a water project aimed at providing piped water to close to 430 families living in this semi-arid region of Tharaka Nithi.
The person charged with the supervision of this project was none other than Italian missionary Andrew Botta.
By December 89, already the first group of families had the water, and the population of course increased, the area increased, and the area of the water became about 50 square kilometer coverage, and from 140 families connected, it went now we are about 2,000 families connecting into the irrigation network.
We now had water. We didn't have to wait for the rain. The question was, what do we irrigate, and then to whom do we sell? Our largest market is Europe, Italy, France, Austria, and then we also have Japan. A percentage goes to the Japanese market, United Kingdom, Scotland mainly, and then we have Ireland, a little bit goes to Ireland, and Canada. We have 21 permanent employees, but during peak time we have a lot of hibiscus, we'll have a lot of herbs coming in, and we can have between 25 to almost 50, 75 support staff. It's a huge number, and the best thing about it, it's women. Women are the ones who mostly do the activities. So it gives me a lot of joy because it is something, we create employment for the women in the society. But we've come from very far, and I'm proud of how far we've come.
So, from this to this amazing product that is being enjoyed by thousands all over the globe. And that's Kenya to the world. See you next time.
Thank you, Michael, for that refreshing story from Meru. Time now for a short break. When we return,
Kunyorosha, wananyorosha.
Nancy Njagi, a Kenyan civil engineer making a mark in the fast-growing construction industry in Rwanda. Also ahead, the magic of Elia Springs on the shores of Lake Turkana.
Lifebuoy is the world's first to report it sanitizes over 99.9% effective against the COVID-19 coronavirus. Keep using Lifebuoy or any sanitizer with at least 60% alcohol. Stay safe.
Dirt and germs shouldn't get in your way. Carex hand wash, your trusted antibacterial protection, cleans, cares, and protects you and your family for life's little adventures. Say yes to life.
I have to admit, I didn't like Sukuma Wiki when I was growing up, but now I have created a way to make Sukuma Wiki tastier and meatier. I simply add 2 Royco beef cubes, and the end result is a rich, meaty flavor. And today, I have brought along my harshest food critics for a taste test. My kids.
More, please.
Royco beef cubes. Add 2 small cubes for a big, meaty taste.
Last week, I murdered a rock, injured a stone, hospitalized a brick. Been chopping trees. I done something new for this fight. Bad. I'm gonna show you how great I am.
Washing is not equal to cleaning. CleanSoft equals real clean.
CleanSoft cleans not just the surface of the clothes, removing stubborn stains easily. Effective antibacterial agent goes deep into the fibers, removing 99.99% of the hidden germ. Congratulations! You are the winner!
Welcome back. It's Rwanda's turn. We now join Jeremiah Eregai Lopeyok with the story of Nancy Njagi, a Kenyan civil engineer making a mark in the fast-growing Rwanda's construction industry.
So we must reduce from here, we come reducing to the better size.
Engineering is considered a male domain, but engineer Nancy Njagi is among the resilient women who have shattered that stereotype. She has done so not only in her home country, Kenya, but also abroad. As a civil engineer, she has cemented her career in Rwanda's fast-growing construction industry and now runs her own company known as High-Tech Innovators.
It's 2 meters, and you can see this is 3.
We met her on site in Kigali, doing what she is known for.
Yeah, so it's forcing you to lift your leg.
As we take a tour of the house she's working on, All hands are on deck. Workers are busy.
We need the ceiling to be smooth, corners to be straight, edges to be straight.
Most striking is that the owner of this house is abroad, in the USA. At some point, Nancy goes into a video call with her client.
That is because I trust you.
Amen.
Tell them.
Nancy has specialized in the finishing stage of construction.
I do the roof structure, and also I can do the wall structures. The I-beam, T-beam, all those I do them.
The girl from Kirinyaga County, who holds a diploma in civil engineering from the Kiambu Institute of Science and Technology, began her career in Kenya by working with the China Roads and Bridges Corporation when they were constructing the Eastern and Northern bypass. No sooner had she moved to another company than a friend of hers linked her up to an opportunity in Kigali. But it was not all hallelujah, as Nancy's parents were scared at the mention of Rwanda.
They were like, no. It's too far, and also with the background, people think about Rwanda. But afterwards, when I came and explained to him the way the country is, the way peaceful, secure the country is, she felt peaceful.
Call it greener pastures. And according to Nancy, moving to Rwanda has proved to be one of the best decisions in life as the construction industry here continues to grow.
The apartments, hotels, people want to be in their own homes. Like in 2011, this place didn't have all these houses. And also the bank, they are helping to give the mortgage, like the KCB brought the mortgage. The Equity Bank, also Bank of Kigali and other bank, IADM, they are helping. Most of the people who are like employed to get the loan to build, construct.
The Kenyan engineer is full of praise of Rwanda's systems and the people.
In Rwanda, their system works. People follow the laws here. So we abide. You cannot just do anything. You abide by the laws here, and they work. Everything, the system works very well. When you're a foreigner, they want to learn from you. Not that I've come to know, because like me, I've taught many about my skills, what I know. Even if somebody just coming to work for me, maybe he has just little background on what of the skills he has, I'm able to improve, and most of them, they are able to learn.
But she warns that do not come here with too many expectations.
When you come with the mentality of like getting money, you must be surprised. Because remember, like now when I came here, there were no quantity surveyors. They were like that program was being started. Now they have their own quantity surveyors. You see? Kunyorosha, wananyorosha.
Nancy is daring enough to expand her horizons.
I want to diverse my company. I've already started diversing it, not only in Rwanda. I have opened one in Bujumbura. Yeah, so I just want to diverse in East Africa.
Although they say East or West home is best, Nancy considers Rwanda as her home as well.
Now I'm basically in Rwanda. I've not even have thoughts of going back. For now, basically here. My life, like after college, is in Rwanda. For 10 years, it is in Rwanda. So maybe in future, I would think to go back. But for now, at this moment, I'm settled here.
Nancy was bold enough to venture into a male-dominated sector, the construction industry here in Rwanda. Since her coming to Rwanda, she has been able to achieve tremendous growth, among them opening up her own company.
Thank you, Jeremiah, for that amazing story from Rwanda to Kenya. And we continue with our magical stories from Turkana County. Today, we camp at Elias Springs on the shores of Lake Turkana. Elias Springs is a remote village on the western shore of Lake Turkana in Kenya, near the mouth of River Takwel. It is located 50 kilometers east of Lodwar town. The village, which is named after these local springs, is an important tourist site attracting those who are keen on adventure tourism. There are a number of resorts here, including Elia Springs Resort that is owned by a hotelier of Swiss origin, Rolf Glor.
That was a very long dream because I used to come to Kenya since 1976. And I always wished to come to this side. I have been many times in Loyangalani. So about 10 years ago it happened that I worked in West Pokot, and then I made safaris on weekends. So one time I reached here and I say, wow, this is a paradise.
The resort sits on a 10-acre piece of land.
What we found here is just some ruins and some stones. And I had to find the former owner in Germany so that they could give me the lease.
Rolf's idea was to keep it simple. His resort is known for traditional Turkana bomas, although there are modern accommodation facilities too.
I started with the bomas because I believe that when you go to an area which you don't know, you should look what people do in that area. There must be a reason why they built this kind of houses.
Journalists, scientists, anthropologists, humanitarian workers and government officials are some of the common visitors here, he says.
People from the whole world, they are usually overworked, they are stressed, many people, they don't even see anymore a moon or a bird or something because they are somewhere in cement. So the demand for kind of adventure tourism is rising, I believe, and Turkana is the place to be because here you have nothing else than nature.
Lake Turkana is bordered by Turkana and Marsabit counties, with both sides of the lake having great tourism potential.
Where the missing link is for the Turkana region is the connection between here and Loyangalani. So if there would be a connection between here and Loyangalani, I believe generally tourism in the north, in this northern corner of Kenya, would improve very fast.
Great potential, yes, but the tourism sector here has been grappling with a negative perception about security.
It is the perception, it's not the insecurity. We never had any kind of security issues here.
The current threat is the swelling of the lake, which has in the recent past led to destruction of facilities, like some of the bomas at this resort.
It took 4 of our bomas, completely washed away. It spoiled the 2 boats we had, but I'm already planning to build a new, still a boma, but a bit an improved one.
We have 49 edible species of fish.
The Cabinet Secretary for Petroleum and Mining, John Munyes, who hails from Turkana County, is a regular visitor here. He is seeing great untapped potential here. Tourists can enjoy water activities and even boat rides to the beautiful volcanic islands like the famous Central Island.
There's been little effort to grow tourism in this part of the world. And that's why I want to call upon investors. Investors to come and put the money here. We can do hotels, 5-star hotels, on the western and the eastern part of the lake. Fishing is one area. The other one is, of course, the game. You can have water activities like angling. And just across here, we have the sand dunes overseeing the lake. You can ride on the sand dunes. Something you can do in Dubai can be done here.
Indeed, this is a hideout worth including on your bucket list. That was quite relaxing, but I'm not yet done with my magical experiences from Turkana County. I'll bring you more in our next show. And as usual, it is always a pleasure being with you. Today, we brought you stories from Ghana, Rwanda, and Kenya. Until we meet again next time, many thanks for watching.
help women find independence by training them in fish farming. It's tough on my back, joints, and can cause headaches. Panadol Extra relieves multiple types of pain.
If symptoms persist, seek medical advice.
When I was in prison, I thought a lot about you.
It's not acceptable!
We know you love milk, and now there is milk that loves you. With Gold Crown lactose-free milk, you can enjoy the richness of natural cow's milk without any of the digestion discomfort. Gold Crown lactose-free milk that loves you.
With the Stay Soft refill, saving money is as easy as snip, pour, mix with water, and shake. Stay Soft refill. It's 2 liters of Stay Soft for up to 30% less.
Answer's here! Yes!
Wow, what a nice gift. I would definitely give this next time.
Cousins Baby Gift Pack, a carefully selected range of safe baby products with natural goodness, trusted for decades by millions of moms across Africa. Cousins Baby, the gift that keeps on giving.
For a better tomorrow, don't forget to do the 1, 2, 3 with Colgate every night.
From far with you. I even gifted you a magnificent house. Rosa, it's the thought that counts. Please help me.
When it comes to fever, you need to be both. Panadol Baby and Infant starts to work on fever in 15 minutes and is gentle on the tummy. Panadol Baby and Infant, tough on fever, gentle on your child.
Maisha Mabati Tips, made out of aluminium and zinc to last longer than any other mabati. Affordable and value for money. Most preferred and favorite mabati. Used in both housing and projects. KEBS certified.
The new Maisha Aluzinc Mabati from Maisha Mabati Limited. For the first time in Kenya, a roofing product that combines aesthetics with proven resilience. Its unique combination of aluminium and zinc gives it a 5 times longer lifespan than normal mabati.
We deserve more girls! Nolly cash! Nolly cash! No, no, nolly cash! We need a big change in our lives. Do you think this is it, girls? No! No, no, no! No, no, no irritation! No, no, no! No, no, no irritation! We need a
For the women who deserve more, Moped is now in Kenya and more than 40 countries. With its nylon-free surface, new Moped has unique softness and up to 100% protection. Your skin will love it.
NTV, turning on your world. The following program has been rated PG. It may contain scenes unsuitable for children under the age of 10.
Imagine when life as you know it takes a drastic turn and you have 2 decisions to make, whether to adjust or lose all hope. Well, tonight on the show, we meet a woman who chose the former. So welcome to Unscripted, and let's go meet this amazing person. Her name is Wamaitha Karanja. Welcome to the show. I'm excited and eager to introduce our guest today. Wamaitha, thank you for coming on Unscripted.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
No, I watched your story not too long ago, and I said I must meet you. Personally, this superwoman of a human being, and just hear firsthand your life story. I think there's so much for us to take home, learn, and people at home in terms of empathizing and understanding how life can be unscripted, but right, and it's all in, I guess, how we take it. So for you, 9 years ago, everything changed, if I could put it that way. You and your husband went your separate ways.
Yeah.
You discovered you were unwell. You had a desmoid tumor,
Yes.
as you call it. And also your job wasn't there anymore.
Yeah.
And you have a child.
Yes.
With all of that happening, Wamaida, if you could, I don't know how possible that is, if you could paint that picture, how was that moment like for you?
For me, I think the winds of change blew harder than both of us could adjust our sails.
I see.
And when that happens, the rules of the game change.
Yeah, of
and in
course.
turn, it changes you. And we went our separate ways, and I had a 20-month-old child at the time. Yeah. And in about 2 months after that, I lost my job, right? And that set me back, you know, and quickly. I'm the type of person who goes into assessing where am I leaking financially. So I sold my car, and I started selling milk and pineapples very quickly, and buying stuff in Kamkunji and coming to sell to guys.
Really?
Uptown.
Okay.
Right? Adjusted my plans. The school I was going to take my daughter to very quickly looked for one that's nearby so that she can walk. So it was quickly adjusting. What I didn't do was adjust my heart.
Yeah, I was going to ask, so you didn't go through a
I didn't have a
heartbreak
moment
or
of
moment
heartbreak.
of breakdown? Or
I had a moment when I drank myself silly, and my best friend came through for me, and she's like, this is not how this story ends. But outside of that, I never stopped to process what was happening to me. I was busy fixing. Like, okay, how am I going to pay rent? How am I going to pay the house girl? How am I going to buy diapers? So I had a very strong conversation with my dad, and he said, you'll never lack food, right?
Yeah.
And how much is rent? So what else can you do in between?
I see.
So that's how the sale of the pineapples and everything else started, right? So it was quickly going into action, but not...
As opposed to wallowing in, oh my goodness,
Yes,
what's
this
happened
has
to me?
happened, what do I do? You know, I never joined any single moms group. I
Yeah.
never joined any of those pity party thing.
Yeah,
and that
nothing.
I'd learned from my mom.
I see.
Because when my mom got sick in '89, there were very few support groups for breast cancer at the time.
Okay.
And she attended 1, 2, they were at Holy Family
Yeah.
and some at Nairobi Hospital. And every time she'd go, there would always be a moment of silence because a member has passed on. Something has happened, this person can attend. So she was like, if I sit here,
This is not going to end well.
I might as well buy a rocking chair and a clock and watch my time come. And she stopped attending. So when she had shared that with me, I knew if I do that, I'm just going to be sad and I'm not going to come out of it. Thank God, about 4 months later, is it? I got headhunted for a position, and they actually even put me in the paper,
Well
those
done.
appointments. And from then, the next thing now was building this job, building the brand. So there was no time to pause and deal.
So there are two things in that. How attitude and how you handle everything.
Yes.
Your
Your mindset
is key.
It will make or break.
It will make or break.
Yeah.
But the flip side of that is you didn't deal with the pain.
No. And I didn't know what unresolved grief was doing to me. Because they do say the loss of a marriage is like a death.
Loss of dreams.
Yes.
Loss of
It's loss of dreams, it's loss of more children in that relationship. It's loss of a partner to help you raise this child. It's this child losing a parent, whoever it is, whether they have to be shuttling between homes, they've lost that stability. So there was a lot of loss that I didn't deal with. And anytime it came up, I pushed it back burner. So I was building a career, I was being the single independent girl.
You know?
Yeah, growing my dreads and growing my career as in
At the same time.
simultaneously and raising a curious child. And for me, there was no stopping to deal with unresolved grief. It hit me last year.
Wow. After how many years?
About almost 8. Wow. Because you have to stop and take ownership and cognizance of what is your role in the ended marriage. I never call it a failed marriage because mine ended. Because if it's failed, then it means there was a test that we needed to have done. No, it ran its course. It bore me its gifts. The greatest being my daughter.
Oh, bless.
And with that comes lessons. Because are you a better person now than when you were married? course. Have you stepped up, or has your spouse or your ex-spouse stepped up? Have they become a better person than when they were married to you? Have they stopped and reflected and said, okay, this is why this ended. I won't repeat this. Because if you build the next house with the same bricks, you're replicating.
It will be the exact same
Exactly.
result. Naturally, I think we're hard on ourselves.
Yeah.
And how we treat ourselves automatically is how we treat others.
Thank you. You must cut yourself slack. Nobody else will.
Nobody else
Be
will.
kind to the things you tell yourself. Be kind to self. In a world where you can be anything, be kind. Be kind.
And start with self.
Start with self.
Start with self.
Start with your relations that are close to you, especially the people who look up to you. You have nieces and nephews who are forming opinions of life based on what you're doing, based on how you treat their ex-uncle or ex-auntie. They're picking it up. They're picking it up. And you're telling them that we are Christians and we believe in forgiveness, but when they see their auntie
when push
called,
comes to shove,
yes, you literally want to throw, you literally want to throw the phone in the pool, you know, because you're like, can't do this. But yet you expect them when they get into a fight in class, no, you need to forgive.
Remember to forgive.
Kids are sharp.
They are.
They will see through you.
And we know with children, it's not what you tell them, it's what you show them.
Yes, they'll see through you. So it's taken a lot to come here. I've had a bruised spirit. I've had a very callous hurt. I've had a colorful past. And putting that together and saying, that was then, this is the next 40 years. I can't wait to leave them.
Oh, bless.
Yeah.
If I could ask, if you're comfortable, what led to the dissolution of the marriage? When was the point you both realized?
I strongly think when we let go of Christ.
Okay.
Yeah. And when we stopped understanding that, exactly, it was a strand of three that he had brought together. But we wanted to use our own understanding to fix this thing. Can't work. It can't work. Because what marriage is meant to be is a reflection of God's relationship with Adam and God's relationship with Eve. They were two separate relationships. It wasn't a dual relationship. Right? But I wanted what was working for me to work for him. It can't. He's a different individual. I'm a different person.
So as we wrap this part, how's your daughter? Because that's, an entity, that was born out of that relationship. How are the two of you now, and, how is that dynamic?
I strongly believe she's the sole reason I got married.
Yeah?
I am firmly convinced. Well, probably on Judgment Day, God will say, that wasn't the story, or he'll keep prevailing. But I firmly believe that union came together, that the two of us would have this child. And that the events that unfolded would cause her to be scarred and to be raised in equal measure based on the events that happened.
That's deep, Amaida, to get to that point.
It's not easy.
It's not.
And I thank God for her therapist, because
at a point,
we had to go for therapy together. And I had to realize I was doing more harm. Because there was those moms who say, you can't badmouth your child's father, you can't do that. And I knew, but what I was doing was overcompensating and painting this amazing picture. But the older she got, because I didn't even know that at 10 is when the frontal lobe grows. And now they begin to pick things, and they're like,
I've been saying this, but I'm reading something else.
Your body language and what you're saying is not tallying with what's going on. And that's when I realized I reached out for help. And I thank God for her school. They hooked me up with a very good therapist. And then we had this journey. And she had her sessions separately. And she also had her sessions with my pastor, with my coach. And so, it was very interesting. I'm like, wow, okay, I'm watching my child grow now. And she's having conversations without me. And I used to be a control freak. I need to know what's you're telling my child. And when I learned to let go and say, God must have had a plan when he let her grow inside of me.
Of course.
So
I'll trust
we
him.
roll. And you trust him. It's not easy, but that's where we've gotten. And she's in such an amazing space. She's blossomed amazingly. She's in a better place with her father now. And I thank God for that. His sisters are amazing to her.
Fantastic.
You know, they have an amazing relationship. I think they're her geography teachers because they keep teaching her about historical events outside this country. And I thank God for that.
Good.
Because she's accepted. We don't live with daddy.
Good.
That's fine. But mommy and daddy love me. Full stop.
That's never going to change.
Yeah, full stop.
On that note, we'll be right back and hear more from this amazing woman, isn't she? Stay tuned.
Umewahi jichanganya ukanunua choko yako ikuwe alamu, alafu bwana yako akakuja jioni akakula hiyo alamu akaitengeneza kitoweo? Kuna karembo hapa kananiangalia kameshaka, kamecheka mpaka lipstick huko imeisha, anacheka na mdomo ya juu ati.
Our shelves are fully stocked and prices greatly discounted for you to make that quick and easy return to school. With thousands of back-to-school items, price cuts on your Chuo favorites, and points to score on your Naivas card. Back to school that's safe on your pocket. Naivas saves you money.
The pandemic has left more destruction than even the virus itself. Our business is still there thanks to things like EasyPay and EasyBiz. We're moving paperless, we're moving cashless with equity.
Get to Bonga 10 and enjoy 100 minutes Airtel to Airtel. Upgrade to Bonga Plus 20 to get 100 free minutes Airtel to Airtel, plus 10 additional minutes to all networks. Dial *544#. Not just for a few, but for every one of you. Airtel, the honest network.
We deserve more girls. Nolly cash, nolly cash, no nolly cash. We need a big change in our lives. Do you think this is it, girls? No, no irritation. No irritation. We need a
For the women who deserve more, Moped is now in Kenya and more than 40 countries. With its nylon-free surface, new Moped has unique softness and up to 100% protection. Your skin will love it.
Come over. Wacha nikupikie Chef Ramsey.
Yes!
Rena vegetable oil stays liquid to the last drop, so it's smooth cooking from start to finish. Now with an easy to pour cap, mapishi poa, madishi poa.
When they flip and roll and start to crawl away, tape diapers can be hard to put on. Then it's time for all-round fit Pampers pants. Easy to pull on even when they're moving around for a great fit and up to 12 hours of dryness. And easy to remove. Just tear the sides, lift away, roll up the pants, and you're all done. Now available in size 6. Pampers, love, sleep, and play.
Washing is not equal to cleaning. CleanSoft equals real clean.
CleanSoft cleans not just the surface of the clothes, removing stubborn stains easily. Effective antibacterial agent goes deep into the fibers, removing 99.99% of the hidden germ. Congratulations! You are the winner!
We deserve more girls. Nolly cash, nolly cash, no nolly cash. We need a big change in our lives. Do you think this is it, girls?
For the women who deserve more, Moped is now in Kenya and more than 40 countries. With its nylon-free surface, new Moped has unique softness and up to 100% protection. Your skin will love it.
Every time Gran arrives, she always has a small reward for her.
I made this for you today.
Ah, thank you, my baby. It's so beautiful.
Wow!
She's happy, and I trust it because it's made with milk and other carefully controlled ingredients without any colorings or preservatives. Care has been taken to make it. I love to see her happy because it meets her taste and fantasy. Kinder Joy, my trust, their joy.
Welcome back to Unscripted with this amazing Wamaitha. Special thanks to Gramo Suits. Isn't this place beautiful?
It is.
So Wamaitha, thank you so much for opening up and just so many nuggets of wisdom. How to handle loss and grief, and I guess what to do next. Like I said earlier, asante. Now I'd like to talk about, within all that process, you got unwell.
Yes.
And you got a desmoid tumor. First, please explain to in layman's terms, to myself and the viewers at home,
yes,
what is that and how did that happen? What causes it?
Okay. Wow. A desmoid tumor is an extremely rare tumor.
Okay.
Right? Thankfully, mine was benign and did not turn cancerous and has not turned cancerous, though we keep testing.
And this is how many years ago?
My diagnosis came in 2012, June, July of 2012.
Okay.
Right? Okay. So what happens is, it's a type of tumor that attacks your connective tissue. So any tissue that holds an organ upright or a limb upright. So mine unfortunately attacked my left stomach muscle.
And what happened?
Right? So it starts eating at it. So what happened is, and how I got to know is I became lethargic, extremely lethargic. And I was not responding to anything. You know how you want to burp?
Yeah.
Yeah, that feeling. So you want to burp, and I was even drinking Stony. I mean, I don't know who does that, but I was drinking Stony so that I can burp, and nothing was happening.
Okay.
And I'm like, no, I couldn't swim. I was on holiday with my friends, and I'm just there, like real zombie.
What?
And I'm like, no, something is not right.
Okay.
Right? So go back to hospital and run tests and run loads, a battery of tests.
Yeah.
Eventually, then they find out that it was a desmoid tumor. Now, none of us had ever heard of a desmoid tumor anywhere.
I heard it from you.
Yes. And I'm like, who, what? And it's going where? And I'm like, the first thing I'm asking, is it cancerous? Because you see at the back of my mind, in 1989, my mom had cancer. So in my head, I'm like,
instantly,
that's where I went. And the doctor says, now, it is extremely serious because you have 6 months to go. If it keeps growing the way it's growing, in 6 months you won't be here.
So it's not cancerous, but you have 6 months to live.
What happens is it eats, it keeps eating and growing, and then it will kill you by suffocating vital organs.
What?
So mine, at the time of discovery, was about 4 centimeters. By the time of surgery, which was September of the same year, it was already 17 centimeters. It was a kg and a half. It's like going to a butchery and saying, nifunge your liver.
17K.
17 centimeters and a kg and a half.
How are you feeling at this point? How are you
You
looking?
could not even see it. You can't see it. Unless you press, then I would feel. But what it does, it just makes you tired. Because it's just capillaries interwoven into your muscle.
Why did it take that long for treatment? Or how does it work when it
So
comes
this
to
is, now in between that time is running tests. So I'm telling you, it's very aggressive. So in between this time is running tests, getting second and third opinions, and eventually learning that I can't have the surgery in Kenya.
Oh, I see.
And then the options were Morocco, India, and I forget, NSA.
Got it.
Right? So, and I'm like, wow, okay, so now it's looking for finances, putting that together. And then even just taking a pause and saying, okay, if I don't come back, what happens to my daughter? My family was doing the administrative. Okay. In fact, most of the time I would be in a room with them when they're talking to doctors, but my head is just thinking, I can't leave my child. So the same prayer my mom prayed in 89.
What did she pray?
That she would be alive to watch me grow and cover me at night. That was her prayer. Because my brothers were older than me.
You were the last born.
Yeah, and she was like, just give me time with this girl. I just get her over the edge. And then her dad will continue. Because she was sure my dad would do a good job. And he has done a great job with us. So...
And she's still alive?
She's here.
We'll talk about
she's here.
Where the superwoman
she's
gets
the one
her
I
strength
live
from.
with my daughter with,
Imagine.
you know. And for me, it was just that realization. So as my family is trying to do all this and get me a hospital and get me doctors who are even familiar with what we're talking about.
You're thinking about preparing your daughter?
For me, I'm writing my will. I'm writing to my brothers. I'm writing to her godmother, who's my daughter-in-law, my sister-in-law. Like, you're going to have another child.
Wow.
Because if I don't come back, you're going to raise her for me.
Man.
And it's been intentional with what type of things would I want my daughter to do? What type of foundations do I even want her to support?
No, you were that detailed.
I was very clear. Very, very clear. It's a blueprint for her life. But what I wasn't doing wasn't checking it with God. I was saying, this is what I want to do. But eventually now we've had the conversations with her. And I keep telling her, ask your father first. Ask your father. So I believe that intentionality has to keep going. You have to be intentional. So it was a journey and a half. And September saw me in India, September of 2012. I went to India for surgery. It was an 8.5-hour surgery. I was very afraid. I was very afraid. And I kept playing music from my iPod. And they asked me, you're Christian? And I said, very much so. They said, we put now in this room.
Wow.
And they actually hooked it up to the speakers. And it was, let the breath of God, you know, flow and rain.
Flow in the room, amen.
And they said, you know, we'll now do the surgery. And for me, I went in there saying, if I wake up on earth, it means there's something he wants me to do. If I wake up before my father, what a better place to be.
So you had accepted whatever outcome you were ready?
Yes.
Wow.
Because we had had conversations to the extent, I'm like, will you save my uterus? You know, if you find the desmoid tumor has gone until there. And my doctor said, that's not my intention. My intention is to save your life. That's when I knew this guy's not joking.
For you to get that point of acceptance and preparing the rest of your family, how did that go with them?
We don't talk about it much. I asked my dad, will you look after my daughter? And he said, no. He said, you're coming back. What do you mean? And I could see, you know, he had this look of, this is my baby girl.
I'm not letting you go.
Yeah, you're coming back. And that time, my mom had a stroke. Wow. So he's dealing with 2 women who are unwell. And his elder sister, who he loves dearly, was also unwell. And his mom was unwell. So you can imagine that.
That's a lot.
It was a lot for him.
And for those, like I said, I heard about this from you. How did this happen to you? What caused it, the desmoid tumor?
Twofold. They say in 1 million people, 2 to 4 get desmoid tumors.
Yeah.
Survival is 1 to 2.
Yikes.
Yeah, so I love to say I'm 1 in 1 million.
Amen.
I love to say that. However, what they say is it happens in women in their 30s, women who've had multiple surgeries, especially childbirth surgeries, but I'd only had 1, so I don't know. My doctor to date says we can't pinpoint.
I see.
But then there's also unresolved grief that was inside of me.
And that could have led
that could have led to me being unwell.
I remember having a conversation not too long ago. I had 2 guests who had vitiligo.
Yes.
And for one of them, what triggered hers was emotional stress.
Yes, because you can develop it later.
You can.
Yes.
You can. And this is just an awareness to people at home, carrying things within us. It has to come out.
Unforgiveness will kill you. It will either kill you physically or it will kill you emotionally.
Wow. Yeah. So deal with it.
Deal with it. And I say forgiveness is not deleting a memory.
No.
Forgiveness is a different way of remembering. It hurt you, yes. But that's not the end of that story.
Yeah.
Move. First forgive self, then forgive the others. Whether they forgive you or not is a different issue.
Deal with you.
Deal with you. You're only responsible for yourself. So you're harboring this pain. How do you hope to have a career? How do you hope to even praise God?
That's true.
How do you hope to move forward?
It'll affect every aspect of your life.
Everything, and then it ripples and ripples.
That's so true.
And you'll never finish your journey well. I keep saying, even if God visited me again with pain,
you'll be okay.
I know He has me. It will be crazy, it will be hard, but I'm not moved. I'm not where I used to be. There's a time I would panic if I feel the slightest pain. I'm like, Father God, I can't go through another surgery. When I got sick again, that was 2012. The surgery was successful. Took me 8 months to walk, and we got over that. 2014, I got sick again, and I was back in India. 2017, I got sick again. But when 2017 came, you see, I'd healed a bit better.
I see.
Right? That'd been 5 years of healing.
And all this were side effects?
Side effects.
Okay.
Right? So totally unrelated. Okay. So 2017 was an obstruction of the intestines, right? An acute obstruction of the intestines.
Sorry.
And when I got that, I was like, okay, I'm not doing surgery again. I'm not. And I told my dad, by then, I'm done. I'm done with this business. So you sort how this cremation is going to happen, because if it kills me, you'll cremate me, you'll graft me into a tree, and I'll be watching over you guys. So when you be seated there, I'll be hearing all your motion. But I'm not doing this surgery again. I'm not. I was tired and I was angry. I'm like, dude,
we can't be back here again.
We can't be doing this again. So when my doctor here, my oncologist here noticed, she told my dad, you know what? If this chick goes back like this, she won't come out. She won't come out. So she arranged for me to meet another top surgeon here. And he walked me through what happens when you have an obstructed intestine. I listened, I said, you know what?
Let me rethink my decisions.
Exactly. And I did my third letter to my daughter, had a conversation with my lawyer, talked with my sister-in-law, my brothers, my folks. By this time, my mom is already well and vibrant. So I was like, hey, in the middle of all this, I was in an adoption story, trying to adopt my second child. So I was like, if they call and say, the baby is ready, Mom, you will have to be the one to go pick the child. I've gone to India for surgery, but I'll be back.
Guys, I told you this is heavy. It's a lot. I think you need a short breather. Have some water even where you are. Get some tea. Have a bathroom break. And come back to Unscripted in a few minutes. Here at Grammar Suits. Thanks for watching.
Get fresh, gotta get fresh. Down is a boom boom pow, down is boom boom pow. Smells bayana uchafuzi na zibi na improve downy. Protect nguo zangu na nukia niko safi. Lazima niwe fresh na down is boom boom pow. Boom boom pow, down is new boom boom pow. Smells zote na zi boom boom pow. Full freshness, down is boom boom pow. Nani 15 bob too?
Superior stain removal na mwosho moja just got more affordable na 10 bob too.
We deal with structural steel fabrication for towers, steel bridges, churches, and factories. Our entry point to Equity Bank was out of frustrations from the major banks. They did not understand the nature of works. In Equity, they took time to understand. They tailor-make your requirements. I was able to pay my suppliers on time. I was able to improve my performance and to expand our customer base because of availability of funding. At this particular time, many businesses have closed. You can see we are still working. We contribute this much to God's favor and Equity coming in to support us. 10 years from now, I'm seeing opportunities in Kenya. I'm seeing abundance. and equity as a partner. God willing, we work together. In equity, I am home.
How much bacteria can be killed with Clean Stuff washing powder?
I choose C.
I choose D.
Please think carefully or you'll be caught by the dinosaur.
Washing is not equal to cleaning. Clean-Soft equals real clean.
That's why Clean-Soft cleans not just the surface of the clothes, removing stubborn stains easily. Effective antibacterial agent goes deep into the fibers, removing 99.99% of the hidden germs.
I choose D.
Congratulations! You are the winner!
I have to admit, I didn't like Sukuma Wiki when I was growing up, but now I've created a way to make Sukuma Wiki tastier and meatier. I simply add 2 Royco beef cubes, and the end result is a rich, meaty flavor. And today, I have brought along my harshest food critics for a taste test. My kids.
More, please!
Royco beef cubes. Add 2 small cubes for a big, meaty taste.
Like every mother, I'm worried about dangerous insects, especially mosquitoes, which spread diseases like malaria to my loved ones. This year, I'm not afraid. I'm using Mortein Doom. Mortein Doom All Insect Killer provides protection in seconds. Not even a single mosquito is spared, because even one mosquito bite can cause malaria. Mortein Doom provides protection in seconds.
Hapo maembe tu ni 5 na 150.
Hai, si umenichaji 200?
Huyu ananunuaga bag.
Ni vile nachukua 2 tu.
Unajua huyu ni kutoka huko kwetu.
Nimetoka Kinango.
Unaona Jacobo? Anakuanga customer wangu regular sana.
Naitwa Benja.
Benja mtiaji.
While other networks discriminate, sisi hatubagui, tuna serve everybody with Airtel's amazing data bundles. Get 500 MB free daily, 3.5 GB free weekly, and 15 GB free monthly with every bundle purchase. Dial *544#. Not just for a few, but for every one of you. Airtel, the honest network.
To help fight the spread of coronavirus, learn Lifebuoy's hand washing habits. Wash hands with soap or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Together, let's help fight the spread of coronavirus in Kenya.
Maji mdosi wangu ametupa simu yangu ndani ya maji.
Mdosi wako kwa sawa?
Venye Nkirota ameniambia ajui na akimpigia simu ashiki. Hi! Guy!
For the women who deserve more, Moped is now in Kenya and more than 40 countries. With its nylon-free surface, new Moped has unique softness and up to 100% protection. Your skin will love it.
This is NTV.
Tonight, the gloves are off, the scramble for the hustlers is on.
Priority ni kuunda nafasi 3-4 ya viongozi ama ni kuunda nafasi milioni 3 kazi ya mwananchi mdogo.
Tunataka nchi ambaye mwananchi anajitegemea, sio kutegemea mtu mwingine.
But is the interest genuine or are the hustlers mere pawns?
Politicians respond to any sector on 2 conditions only. If the sector can hurt them, they will respond to that sector. If the sector can help them politically, they will respond to that sector.
Also tonight, The curve gets steeper as 947 more people test positive for COVID-19. The search for vaccine is on as WHO approves 42 new vaccine candidates. Plus, he was thought dead and a burial arranged.
Watu walishangaa sana. Mzimu ama huyo ni mtoto wetu. Watu hakusonga karibu na mimi.
Now, a cleansing must be done before he can walk among the living again.
Usipige kuku yenye anakamata hiyo. Kimaliza hiyo ataingia kwa nyumba yake, tunakunywa hiyo pombe ya mlija.
And the waters of Lake Turkana are rising and villages submerged. A humanitarian crisis is developing in the north.
I wish I could have soft and glowing skin.
New Geisha Black Soap with activated charcoal to give you soft and glowing skin. New Geisha Black Soap and New Geisha Moringa.
Maji mdosi wangu ametupa simu yangu ndani ya maji.
Mdosi wako kwa sawa. Venye Nkirota ameniambia ajui na akimpigia simu ashiki. Hi guy, what the
For the women who deserve more, Moped is now in Kenya and more than 40 countries. With its nylon-free surface, new Moped has unique softness and up to 100% protection. Your skin will love it.
The procedure of reporting assets to Unclaimed Financial Assets Authority is simplified in the following easy steps. Step 1. Write an email to holders@ufaa.go.ke to request your profile to be created. Step 2. A link will be sent to the email provided for activation of the account. Step 3. Click on the link to activate the profile, then change the password immediately. Step 4. For subsequent access, use the link provided here. In case of forgotten password, use forgot password link to create a new one. Step 5. After login, click on Assets to submit records. If client has subsidiary, you can create more users under Manage Users. Unclaimed Financial Assets Authority. Receive, safeguard, reunite.
That is what this could be. Hii yote ni 5 acres. We are going to build the greenhouse for you, sell the produce, na pia tutagawana faida. 75%, 25%.
You mean 75% for me?
Sign hapa kwanza. First year yield itakuwa ni 67%. Na kuna taxes.
You mean tax?
Sign hapa na hapa. Additionally, kuna 2% facilitation fee na warehouse charges. Sign hapa ya mwisho.
And this is a sure deal.
Completely transparent.
Okay.
If only all things in life were as honest as Airtel's amazing data. Get 500 MB free daily, 3.5 GB free weekly, and 15 GB free monthly with every bundle purchase. Not just for a few, but for every one of you. Switch to Airtel and save. The honest network.
Lifebuoy is the world's first to report its sanitizers over 99.9% effective against the COVID-19 coronavirus. Keep using Lifebuoy or any sanitizer with at least 60% alcohol. Stay safe.
I wish I could have soft and glowing skin.
New Geisha Black Soap with activated charcoal to give you soft and glowing skin. New Geisha Black Soap and New Geisha Moringa.
When I'm on nights so restless, tissue makes my days worthless. I need to recharge energy. Get a full night's sleep with Always Ultra. For stacks of tissue and no competition. For its long-lasting protection. Long days, I'm fearless. Here comes the boss lady. Multitasking flawless. My kids will get the best. I'm a boss lady.
Always starts now with 50 shillings. Stay happy always.
Last week, I murdered a rock, injured a stone, hospitalized a brick. Brilliant Kipchoge from Mohamed Salah. Been chopping trees. I done something new for this fight. Bad. I'm gonna show you how great I am.
expand margin. New look, same great taste.
Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. Wamaida, you were telling us how this journey just didn't end. 2014 and 2017, there was one side effect after another, going back to surgery. I'd like to, just for us to have a better understanding, in terms of taking a toll on you emotionally, financially, in every way, what is that like?
Well, financially has been hard. My dad has had to liquidate a lot.
Yeah.
To look after my mom and I. And at one point, my mom needed a kidney. So we held a fundraiser, and my second-born bro was the donor.
I see.
So at one point, my dad had 2 family members in ICU and me in a general ward.
Did your father go through counseling?
His counseling is climbing mountains.
Okay, because that's a lot.
Yeah, and walking. 2017, I also had an appeal. I sent out an appeal to friends on social media, and we did GoFundMe. Okay. Yeah, just to raise funds because it's not easy.
When life happens, the unscripted moments,
Yes.
we plan, but God has the overall say.
Yes.
And things don't go too well. How did that affect your faith?
Oh my God.
Or should I say, like I said, I shouldn't say affect, but how did that evolve?
It shook it. It shook it, and I mean, I was angry. And I'm like, God, honestly, you didn't think it was enough when my mom was unwell.
Now me?
Now me? Is this going to be my daughter's journey?
Oh, you asked yourself that?
Yes. And I'm like, it ends here. It ends here with me. So if I'm going to speak for the people aware, if it means I'm going to speak from mountaintops, that people would go for early testing and early detection, that's what I'm going to do. That another life would not be lost. And sometimes I felt like that lady with the issue of blood, that all she could do was touch the hem of his garment. She couldn't even reach up to Christ. Yeah. And that's where I was, you know, like lower than a snake's belly. And I'm like, imagine God by the, this thing is not funny.
When did you get there?
Yeah, wow. Many times.
Oh, it happened severally.
And you keep going through several times, and you keep going through it, and he gets better. He gets better. He's like, but chick, trust me. Then I kept thinking, if he let his son go through the drama he went through on earth.
Now me?
And me?
Yeah.
And then he killed his son. Chick, line up. Yeah, line up. What can't he do for his glory? That was very sobering. That was around 2014. That was very sobering for me.
Very sobering.
I was like, what? And he's dealt with loss.
I just felt goosebumps as you said that.
Because he's lost a son before. So what are you going to tell him that he hasn't gone through? He knows. So trust him with a plan.
Trust him with a plan.
Trust him with a plan. So we roll with the punches.
So for you, what's been the biggest lesson in all of this?
Gosh, be kind. You don't know what another person's struggle is.
Oh, I always say that. Yeah. I don't know why some people's first instinct is to hate what they don't understand, as opposed to just empathize.
Yeah, if
imagine you don't have to understand,
ask.
you don't have to know.
You can even ask. When you look at me, I don't look like I'm carrying the struggles I'm carrying. So what makes me think the person next to me is also not carrying? I was extremely judgmental, highly critical, highly. I'm like,
I know better.
Yeah?
Yeah. Let me teach you.
Let me show you. You know, I have 10 steps of how to, and 10 ideas now. Now I'm like, hey.
I'm easy. Like, God, let me relearn.
How would you like me to relate with you?
Well done.
So I won't come at you with, I'm a single mom, I'm a divorcee, this is who I am today. Tomorrow I'll be a different person.
Yeah. How are you now physically?
I can walk now.
Okay.
I can swim. My doctor keeps saying there's no recurrence, and so he's happy. I'm happy too. I have pain, and I have pain medication.
You do?
Every so often.
What causes the pain, or
anything? Any strain, a bumpy road.
I see.
Or I tried to do public means another time I had to alight. I walked into somebody's taxi that was parked on the side of the road. I just sat down. The guy looked at me and just said, Katu.
He understood.
Whatever is going on with you, I didn't even talk to you. I just opened the door and sat. Like, whatever.
So it's a journey.
So I've learned now to know what my limits are and not push them.
Good.
Yeah, but I'm so grateful that every day I wake up,
yeah,
I'm like, I inhale air with both my nostrils. Because cancer hates oxygen. So I breathe in life intentionally.
That's powerful. Yeah. What next for Amaida?
Wow. I'm running a farm.
Oh, what do you mean?
I run a farm called Canal Associates.
Tell me.
So we're recruiting.
So did this happen? Yeah, I forgot to ask you. Did this happen after? So you lost your job?
I lost my job.
What led to that job loss, actually?
There was an issue in the organization, and the person had to restructure and couldn't keep us.
And that happened as you're going through a divorce? Yeah. You find out you're
sick?
I was
going through the separation, so it was 2 months after the separation.
Yikes.
Yeah. Then I got this new job that was amazing, stayed with them, left them a bit, came back.
Okay.
Yeah, human beings are strange. Then came back, and they were amazing to me. Like, during the first surgery, they kept me on full pay for 8 months.
Oh, look at that.
They had a cab for me that used to take me for physio, and what else? Yeah, I mean, they set me up
they
at
were good
home.
Employers.
Yeah, very, very good.
Okay.
Very, very good.
So
and
then after that is when you started your...
So I started in January of last year.
Congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's me. And then I speak. So I work Monday to Wednesday.
Yeah.
Then Thursdays and Fridays I speak and visit guys who are unwell.
Because in everything, as hard as it is, I believe there's a silver lining that we sometimes have to be very intentional to look for it. It's not always immediately in our, frontal view. We have to dig deep and find it. So for you, is that when your speaking began? Or you've always been...
I didn't know what the speaking would yield. And so this company called Pathway International approached me and they're like, hey, they had facilitated my travel to India. And they're like, you could offer hope. So I'm like, hope for those who are going through.
Yeah.
And just a shoulder for those who have suffered.
Yeah.
And a guidance.
I agree.
And a guidance. And just if I find a platform where I can then say, early detection saves lives.
Good.
I'll do it.
Good.
Yeah.
So as a wrap up, to someone at home who needs to hear, there could be a rock bottom. There could be at that point where they're like, God, imagine this is enough. What would you tell them?
I'll tell them maybe it's not even rock bottom yet. It can get worse. And in some instances it does. So you hold on. Hold on. If you're still here, your story isn't over. Whatever form of loss you've endured,
God is still God.
God is still God. And He has a plan for you.
And He's still good.
Yeah. All the time. That would be my message.
And that's how you end the show. Thank you, Amaida.
Thank you,
Grace. Thank you for filling this room with that energy, for all those reminders that we all need every now and then, that regardless of where you are in life, there's a plan for your life. And if you're still alive right now, today, imagine your plan is still very much alive.
Active.
Your plan is active, your purpose is still alive. Don't lose hope.
Sensitivity pain fast with Sensodyne Rapid Action for clinically proven relief in 60 seconds.
Looking really good.
Lifebuoy is the world's first to report its sanitizers over 99.9% effective against the COVID-19 coronavirus. Keep using Lifebuoy or any sanitizer with at least 60% alcohol. Stay safe.
Je, maumivu ya kichwa na kukosesha amani? Kaluma Strong hutuliza maumivu ya kichwa, maumivu ya mwili na hata huondoa joto jingi mwilini. Kaluma Strong ina aspirin kama kiungo. Maumivu yakizidi, muone daktari.
The new Maisha Aluzinc Mabati from Maisha Mabati Limited. For the first time in Kenya, a roofing product that combines aesthetics with proven resilience. Its unique combination of aluminium and zinc gives it a 5 times longer lifespan than normal Mabati, thanks to the excellent state-of-the-art mill. It has 20 years lifespan, it's easy to install, it's flexible and durable. It stands up to severe weather conditions, has good abrasion and rust resistance, it's affordable and is approved by the Kenya Bureau of Standards and is available countrywide. It can be used for all applications. Always insist on Maisha Aluzinc Mabati, a product of Maisha Mabati Rolling Mills, Ruiru.
How much?
Ni 20 bob.
Kata.
Ni how much? Hii ni so.
Hii ni 20 bob na hii ni so na zote ni the same size.
Madam, the price of mutura is calculated by the formula. The length multiplied by the circumference to the power of the kafirifiri. Now, as you can see, yours has more kafirifiri than the other one. Endelea.
While other networks discriminate, sisi hatubagui, tuna serve everybody. Get to Bonge 10 and enjoy 100 minutes Airtel to Airtel. Upgrade to Bonge Plus 20 to get 100 free minutes Airtel to Airtel, plus 10 additional minutes to all networks. Dial star 544 hash. Not just for a few, but for every one of you. Airtel, the honest network.
To help fight the spread of coronavirus, learn Lifebuoy's hand washing habits. Wash hands with soap or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Together, let's help fight the spread of coronavirus in Kenya.
Mwaka 2012 nikajiunga na kikundi ambapo kinashikana na Equity. Mimi ndio chairman kwa kila kikundi. Nilipo save miezi 2 nikapewa loan ya 20,000. Nikakuja nikapewa 50. Nikakuja nikapewa 70, nikakuja nikapewa 100. Nikaanzisha biashara ya kioski. Nikanunua pikipiki. So nimejiendelesha mpaka mahali nimefika na nilifaulu kununua protein. Nilipochukua hii loan mwaka jana mwezi wa 6, hatukuwa tunajua kwamba ugonjwa wa corona utaingia. Tuka-apply tuweze kupunguziwa ile pesa ambayo tunalipa wiki. Ngawa hatujamaliza, ningependa kusema ya kwamba Equity Bank imetusaidia tusiingie arrears. Uhusiano wangu na Equity kwa hakika imenisaidia, imeniwezesha kufaulu katika hiyo miradi ambayo naona sasa.
How much bacteria can be killed with Clean Stuff washing powder?
I choose C.
I choose D.
Please think carefully or you'll be caught by the dinosaur.
Washing is not equal to cleaning. Cleansoft equals real clean.
That's why Cleansoft cleans not just the surface of the clothes, removing stubborn stains easily. Effective antibacterial agent goes deep into the fibers, removing 99.99% of the hidden germs.
I choose D.
Congratulations! You are the winner!
This is NTV.
Hope your Saturday has been what you hoped it to be. Let's have a look at how your second last Saturday shaped up in terms of news.
Tonight, the gloves are off. The scramble for the hustlers is on.
Priority ni kuunda nafasi 3-4 ya viongozi ama ni kuunda nafasi milioni 3 kazi ya mwananchi mdogo.
Tunataka nchi ambaye mwananchi anajitegemea, sio kutegemea mtu mwingine.
But is the interest genuine, or are the hustlers mere pawns?
Politicians respond to any sector on 2 conditions only. If the sector can hurt them, they will respond to that sector. If the sector can help them politically, they will respond to that sector.
Also tonight, the curve gets steeper as 947 more people test positive for COVID-19. The search for vaccine is on as WHO approves 42 new vaccine candidates. Plus, he was thought dead and a burial arranged.
Watu walishangaa sana. Msimu huu ama huyo ni mtoto wetu. Watu hakusonga karibu na mimi.
Now, a cleansing must be done before he can walk among the living again.
Tupige kuku yenye anakamata hiyo. Kimaliza hiyo ataingia kwa nyumba yake, tunakunywa hiyo pombe ya mlija.
And the waters of Lake Turkana are rising and villages submerged. A humanitarian crisis is developing in the north.
This is Weekend Edition with Mark Masai.
Good evening. I'm not alone. Flora Tieno is accompanying me in sign language, and we're backed by a team. And much as they say news starts with the bad stuff, this isn't something we would ignore. The coronavirus situation in the country does not seem to be letting up. Today's positivity rate went up to 13.8%. Now, it is important that we start on this note and set the record straight that things are not back to normal, although it may look like it with all the political functions taking place and the merrymaking happening. Out of the latest sample of 6,862 examined, 947 people tested positive. Kenya's coronavirus caseload is now over 48,700. Unfortunately, 12 more patients have succumbed to the virus, raising the death toll to over 890. The number of patients who have been declared free of the virus went up by 455, and now those who have been recorded as recovered patients are over 33,800. The number of COVID-19 patients in the ICU unit has risen to 22. 1,167 patients are currently admitted, and over 3,400 are under home-based care. We wish full recovery to them. As the coronavirus spreads, politics is picking up still. The heightened political scramble for low-income earners mostly derived from the Juakali sector, such as boda boda operators, the mamambogas, and other ordinary citizens by both BBI proponents and DP William Ruto's camp, is seeming quite insincere, to be honest. Analysts further argue that the micro-enterprise sector needs a permanent financial solution in the ailing economy other than the short-term tips being offered to them by both sides of the political divide as voter bribery. NTV Setolale delves deeper into the hustlers narrative that is emerging as a top talking point in the BBI campaign agenda.
Another election cycle and the quite some considerable political focus is turning to the ordinary low-income citizen. The demographics are slowly being shaped along economic lines, with the term hustlers being the new catchword. The hustler nation, as it were, include boda boda operators, the mamambogas, and other micro-enterprise Juakali traders.
The politicians respond to any sector on 2 conditions only. If the sector can hurt them, they will respond to that sector. If the sector can help them politically, they will respond to that sector. So they should tell you that this is a powerful sector politically.
To politicians, the ordinary low-income citizens who comprise a good chunk of the micro-enterprise sector in the country are now being fiercely contested by both the pro- and anti-BBI referendum proponents. Apart from the BBI referendum, the so-called Hustler Nation seemed to form a central theme in the political agenda for the 2022 presidential campaigns.
The policy of industrialization, which is about to provide gainful employment to the youth, has failed. It's also an indication that our policy for many years to promote micro-enterprises, to create a robust economy, which allows a micro-enterprise to move to a small-scale enterprise, employing 5 to 19 employees, has also failed. So we shouldn't worry.
Within the same week, the BBI report was launched in Kisii County. President Uhuru Kenyatta engaged bodaboda operators twice, with the most recent meeting being on Friday in Pumwani.
Na mimi naamini kwa sababu nchi ambayo tunataka kujenga, tunataka nchi ambaye mwananchi anajitegemea, sio kutegemea mtu mwingine.
A week before, Deputy President William Ruto, who analysts say has perfected the Hustler Nation campaign strategy, met bodaboda operators in Nyamira County. Both leaders offered good tidings and promised to improve the welfare of the operators.
Ninawauliza vijana wa Nyamira, priority ni kuunda nafasi 3-4 ya viongozi ama ni kuunda nafasi milioni 3 kazi ya mwananchi mdogo?
But we need to force them to put the meat on the bones, to put the policy on the narrative, and not in just sloganeering, because either way, it won't help us.
However, there's something positive out of the scramble for the hustlers.
That the tribal has been our mobilization tool politically. So if the Hustler Nation can shift that in discussion to class, which cut across the tribe, the country will be the beneficiary. Because now we will go to actual programs which can change the life of the hustlers.
Even as the country's political leadership shifts focus to the BBI, the ordinary citizens want their issues first addressed, which include job and employment as well as high cost of living. Seth Olale, NTV, Nairobi.
Meanwhile, the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission Chairman Wafula Chebukati has criticized some of the proposals in the Building Bridges Initiative report. The embattled chair claims there is an unfair push to disband IEBC and claw back gains made in electoral management in Kenya. Vincent Oduor is on that report.
Facing the danger of being thrown out of office ahead of the 2022 elections, the remaining 3 IEBC commissioners, through their chairman Wafula Chebukati, have come out to defend the commission against the BBI report. Through a statement sent to Newsroom, Chebukati says the commission has been singled out as the only independent commission and indeed entity whose establishment is sought to be removed by way of the proposed changes in the report. The report claws back on the gains made over the years on electoral management in Kenya. The BBI seeks to have the president have the mandate to establish a 5-member vetting panel to recruit the 7 commissioners to the commission. Besides the chairman, the panel will consist of 2 members nominated from political parties and 2 other members nominated from joint religious organizations. It also proposes to have the 3 remaining IEBC commissioners vetted afresh by the panel to determine their suitability to continue being in office. Chebukati says the source of the current attacks on the commission is founded on the outcome of one Supreme Court presidential petition number 1 of 2017 and disregards all the other petitions, where about 95% of the 301 election petitions were dismissed and the election results declared by IEBC upheld by the various courts. If the BBI proposal is adopted, Kenyans are likely to go to the 2022 polls with a new electoral commission. So far, 4 IEBC commissioners have resigned from the commission.
if the proposal passes as is, it will not be an independent commission, because an independent commission means it is independent of political actors. Nobody comes there in a representative capacity to represent a player in the process. This is an electoral commission, the IPPG style.
Chebukati says the criminality and unsuitability to hold office narrative driven by certain members of the political class is meant to incite the members of the public with the intention of mob lynching the commission and its staff, and also to create justification for the clean slate recommendation in the BBI report. In its electoral reforms report, IEBC had proposed a staggered recruitment of commissioners, reduction of commissioners from 7 to 5, and opposed the involvement of politicians in the composition of IEBC. Vincent Odur, NTV.
And after the debate over the BBI, well, probably not quite a debate yet, but opinions being thrown in. And today, Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka has asked Kenyans not to be misled by politicians on the details of the BBI report, saying some politicians are wrongly interpreting the report for their own selfish gains, as opposed to disseminating or sharing the truth. Kalonzo has asked Kenyans to read and understand the document and make a sober decision on whether to support it or oppose it. Melito Letenges has that report.
Former Vice President Kalonzo Musyoka toured Nyeri County today, together with members of his Wiper party, in a mission to popularize his party and the recently released BBI report. Kalonzo said it is important to read the report and not to oppose it blindly.
Ukileta mageuzi kawaida huwa na changamoto nyingi, because they are always anti-change agents. Those anti-change agents, I'm quite sure mwishowe wataona pia the way to go.
ODM leader Raila Odinga has maintained that the BBI is what the country needs to heal all wounds.
Tulikaa na Uhuru, tukaongea kwa muda mrefu zaidi, tukasema Kenya imegawanyika, Kenya inasambaratika, hawezi kuendelea mbele.
Elsewhere in Mtwapa, Mombasa County, Maendeleo Chap party leader and presidential aspirant Alfred Mutua has asked Kenyans to elect reliable leaders who keep their word in delivering on their manifesto. Mutua, who is holding what he terms as listening tours across the country, has pledged to create 5 million jobs in 3 years if he becomes president.
Wananchi kwa sababu ni maskini, wana shida, wanadanganywa sana na viongozi ambao wana pesa za wizi. Wananchi wanapaswa kuelimishwa, waambiwe huyu ndio yule anafaa. CV ya kiongozi anayepaswa kuwa president, MP, senator inapaswa kuwa hivi.
With less than 2 years to the next general election, different parties are aiming at popularizing their presence at the grassroots level in order to clinch elective posts. Melita Oletenges, NTV.
We'll be getting more reactions to that in the days to come, certainly. But here's something you don't see every day. A family in Iseka village of Butula constituency, Busia County, is carrying out a cleansing ceremony for William Ongono, their son, who they thought had died in an accident. His return back home came as a shock to a community that had already started arranging his funeral. They thought he was a ghost, and so the ceremony seeks to welcome him back to the community from what was thought to be the land of the dead.
55-year-old Ongono clings onto this rooster, whose fate is now bound to his. If he is to walk among the living, the rooster must die. It is a ritual he must undergo before he is welcomed back home. 3 days ago, he had been presumed dead and funeral arrangements commenced. He has been camping here for 3 days after yet another ceremony in which yet another bird died to allow him to enter his father's homestead. Being a bachelor, his sister-in-law had to take the place of his would-be wife, and so she has been by his side and will remain by his side until he is fully cleansed.
Tumelala naye hapa kwa siku 3. Tukimaliza siku 4, tutabebana mpaka kwa nyumba yake yenye atakuwa anaelekea.
All this has been caused by miscommunication that led to a case of mistaken identity that convinced his kin he had died in a boat accident in Lake Victoria. Thankfully, Ongono is alive to tell the story of what really happened.
Niliona boti vile ilikuwa imejaa sikuingia. Nikasema hiyo safari nimeahirisha. Nikaenda kwa sherehe. Na kule vile nimejulikana kama mkulima. Kila mtu yote kuanzia huko Highland, Bukodi mpaka Busia district wanajua tu mimi ni mkulima peke yangu. Na kumbe tulikuwa na mzee mwingine pia anaitwa mkulima jina kama yangu.
His family put the cart before the horse and began making funeral arrangements for Ongono even before they had confirmed reports of his death. For that reason, he has to be cleansed, a tedious process that even involves building him a new house.
Tukimaliza hiyo ataingia kwa nyumba yake. Tunakunywa hiyo pombe ya mlija.
Watu walishangaa sana. Msimu ama huyo ni mtoto wetu. Watu hakusonga karibu na mimi walikuwa very wanted.
What a welcome for a loved one back from the dead. The hard part will soon be behind them, and for sure he is better off than the unfortunate 6 who actually died in the boat accident on October 9th this year. Charity Mwangi, NTV.
Talk about a second lease of life. NTV Tonight, or NTV Weekend Edition actually, takes a break. I'll be back shortly.
Oya ni aje, mimi ndo Jonte Fresh. Mimi ndio nimetambulika hii Gikomba yote sekta ya manguo. Jumio transform nguo ordinary za mtush zenye ziuka mna hii harufu ya bale into the freshest igi kosi yote. Siri ni hii real mpya ya pink. Na kushow mtush zinang'ara kung'ara kushinda kamera. So clean, so fresh. Ma customer unaisana na hii story. Ninatumia aerial touch of down ya mpya tu.
Amujui. Na mmesikia raundi tunafaidika kibiashara.
Wewe na hiyo udaku yako umesikia wapi?
Hata usiongee ripoti kwa BBI.
Wacha hata sisi wa mama raundi tufaidike. Tumeteseka sana.
Jisome.
Buda, wewe BBI ni nini?
BBI hata sitambui.
Na constitution?
Constitution sitambui, kitu ni ya masosa hao wanasiasa. Wataka sijui wajiongezee mavyeo, madoa wajiongezee.
Mimi na watu BBI ni bora bidii endelee.
Hiyo ni bidii yetu tupiga yetu saidia hapa.
Wachana na story yao wasi. Jisome.
Jisome. Jisome.
Jisome. Jisome. Jisome.
We jisome.
Usitegemee unachosikia. Jisome. BBI report itatekeleza mikakati ya kuboresha maisha ya Wakenya wote.
Jisome.
Jisome. Wanawake tusonge mbele. Hata vijana wajisome.
Last week, I murdered a rock, injured a stone, hospitalized a brick.
Brilliant Kipchoge from Mohamed Salah.
Been chopping trees. I done something new for this fight. Bad. I'm gonna show you how great I am.
With the Stay Soft refill, saving money is as easy as snip, pour, mix with water, and shake. Stay Soft refill. It's 2 liters of Stay Soft for up to 30% less. For a better tomorrow, don't forget to do the 1, 2, 3 with Colgate every night.
Sona moja imetengenezwa kwa njia spesheli ili kupambana na maumivu kwa haraka. Sona moja ina aspirin kama kiungo. Sona moja, kitulizo kamili. Maumivu yakizidi, pata ushauri wa daktari.
Melissa?
Mom, it's Dad's birthday today. I'm giving him a party just like he gives me.
Nothing makes a mother more proud than seeing her child growing up. But I know that as she learns to care for others, she'll face even more germs and the risk of illnesses.
That's why you need strong Dettol protection. Just 1 cup of Dettol protects your home and family from up to 100 illness-causing germs.
Growing up needs Dettol protection.
The Dettol range is available on Jumia. Shop safely and conveniently today.
Mimi ni member wa Equity Bank since 2008. Tulianzisha kikundi, tukaregister kikundi, ina guarantee each other. So from there Equity imekuwa na imani kufuatana na kikundi. So ile loan na services hizi nilinunulia gari big, nikaiweka kwa Uber. Covid ikaingia, nikaenda Equity wakanipatia relief ya miezi 3. Ile pesa nilikuwa nilipe loan, nikaweza kuweka nayo biashara ya bakery. Hizo magari ndio nilianza kutumia. Hii profit ninapata kutoka kwa bakery ndio nimeanza kusimamia, kulipa hata loan kidogo kidogo. Niko na watoto 2 na wanasoma. Sasa hizi niko na wafanyakazi 12. Sales niko na watu 8. Kutokana na Equity, unaona watu pia wanategemea Equity through mimi.
Mighty glad you're still with us. A 23-year-old man from Ruiru in Kiambu County is seeking justice after a police officer allegedly threw a tear gas canister at him. The canister exploded on his back, where he sustained serious burns. The man, who is a boda boda rider, was caught up in the chaos that erupted in the Nairobi Central Business District on Monday after rival groups clashed over the management of public toilets.
Anthony Nganga is a broken man. He's grappling with excruciating pain of 4% burns on his back. Every day his wife Susan attends to him, nursing his burn injuries. This is after a tear gas canister exploded on his back, leaving him with serious burns. Nganga is a motorbike rider whose work is to deliver goods within the city center. On Monday, chaos rocked the Nairobi Central Business District after rival groups clashed over the management of public toilets. Police were deployed to quell the situation. Nganga was caught up in the chaos along Accra Road as he was on a mission to deliver a water dispenser to a client.
Nilisikia nimeshikwa kwa mgongo na nikarushwa tear gas. Ililipukia kwa mwili wangu na ikanichoma vibaya.
The incident left him unconscious.
Ile tear gas ilikuwa inatokea kwa nguo zangu. Nilitoa hiyo jacket na nikaiangusha chini na hiyo tear gas ikaanguka hapo chini. Lakini polisi walikataza nisiongee na watu wa media. Waliniambia tuingie kwa gari ili tuende Central Police Station. Tulienda nao akaniambia kwanza niende nitibiwe ili nirudi niandikiwe UB. Tulienda hospitali nikaoshwa na nikapewa dawa ya kupaka na tukarudi Central Police Station. Ile tuliingia huko walikataa kuniandikia UB.
The distraught man claims police officers involved wanted the matter settled out of court.
Yule polisi alinichoma na OCS wake huwa wananipigia simu kila siku. Wananiambia kwamba wanipe 10,000 hiyo mambo ishe na isiende mbele kuliko hapo.
Nganga, who is the breadwinner, says the incident has changed his life.
Kuna dawa mingi yenye alipatiwa huko. Mimi nachukua tu maji, nachukua towel na mpaguza hiyo kidonda yake. Tena hata pesa ya kurudi kwa clinic kutoka Monday aende akaoshwe hakuna.
Niko na ile motorbike yangu sikuwa nimeinunua kwa cash, nilikuwa nimeichukua kwa loan. Kwanga nailipa 520 kwa siku. Kwa hivyo maisha imekuwa ngumu.
The rider has now forwarded his case to IPOA. Rozwangoi, NTV.
Paul Nganga, a quick recovery to you, and I should have warned about the pictures that may be disturbing. Apologies for that. Leaders in Mandera County have called for a ceasefire between 2 communities living along the Lafay-Elwak border after recent inter-clan attacks left 3 people dead. The endless conflict has been caused by boundary disputes between the 2 communities. The leaders, who sat in a meeting to discuss the matter, expressed worry over possible retaliation leading to more bloodshed. The area residents have been advised to forward their security concerns to law enforcement officers instead of taking the law into their own hands. While the area is known for such life-threatening events, the governor of Mandera, Ali Roba, hailed the county for maintaining its record of having the lowest levels of crime.
Optimistic that from judging from the engagement we've had with the elders that they have taken peace, we hope it's going to be sustained.
And we came here to calm that situation so that there's no more fight between the two communities.
That person involved in conflict such as this one is often the administration. And our call is very clear. We tell them also they play their role. We have no business, protecting those culprits who take the issues in their own hands.
Sisi tunataka tusema ya kuwa vifo ya watu wetu ni mambo ambayo haikubaliwi. Mtu akifanya shida ama auwe mwenzake ama haribu mali ya mwenzake ni kinyume na sheria na anatakana kukabiliwa na sheria bila kuhurumiwa.
Not too far from there, to a community fighting something totally different. The continued rising water levels in Lake Turkana is a real ticking time bomb that is likely to cause significant disruption to the shoreline communities in El Molo Bay, Marsabit County. The houses in the low-lying areas have been severely affected and some households displaced. They also stare at possible health and sanitation crisis as toilets and graveyards are submerged. Mamo Ali has the real picture.
Miriki Yelowa and his family are the first to be displaced by the rising waters of Lake Turkana in Marsabit's marginalized El Molo Bay village. He and his family are among thousands of people affected by the flood waters along the shores of Lake Turkana. At El Molo village, under the scorching sun, just less than 50 meters from the shoreline, we find him helping his wife to make a temporary hut. The lake is inching closer to this village, and very soon, if the heavy rains upstream on the Ethiopian side persist, this village will be submerged.
Hapa ndio ilikuwa jikoni. Sasa hapa ndio tulikuwa tunapikia naye chakula. Lakini kwa vile bahari ilikuja, ikafahamia sisi kasama na hii jikoni. Sasa akakujia paka kwa nyumba hapa. Tukaenda kulala kwa majirani huko kwa sababu tunaogopa usiku, upepo ikikuja usiku, tutaweza kusamba sisi na vitu pamoja na watoto.
Kama maji atakuja tena hapa, napeleka tena mahali ingine.
This community is staring at hunger.
Na kaingia hii bahari na kadichi, hakuna kitu atapata, usipata samaki, anakaa, watoto anakaa njaa. Naomba serikali msaada.
The coronavirus aside, instead of students streaming into the El Molo Bay Primary School, the handful of candidates present have to find other routes to access their classrooms to avoid wading through the waters. Part of the school compound remains submerged, including the toilets. The perfect condition for an ominous cholera outbreak or any other waterborne disease for that matter. The girls' dormitory is not safe as well. Soon they may need alternative premises. The wrath of Mother Nature is not letting the dead to rest in peace. Yes, this is a gravesite. They just show the extent of the moving shoreline as they used to be 2 kilometers away. More than 60 graves have so far been covered by water, which may soon unearth horrific scenes and emit a revolting odor, making this area uninhabitable.
These will pose a great health risk and hazard very soon, since the dead bodies will be exposed. So what will happen to the livelihood again? People will be fishing contaminated fish, and that in turn will affect their health and the health of others who will be consuming that fish.
Their fate may seem sealed to be damned dead or alive, but they are keeping hope alive that help will come. Mamo Ali, NTV, Marsabit.
As you see, the reality of that community in Marsabit, something to think about and be thankful for if you are more fortunate. And here's some sad news just coming in within the hour, and this is a big loss, a huge loss to the country on a brain that could have lent a lot of insight, especially as we are faced now at a juncture or a journey of changing the constitution again. I'm talking about Nzamba Kitonga. He chaired the committee of experts on 2010 constitutional review. His family has confirmed that he has died. Our thoughts are with the family, our condolences as well. We take a break here. NTV Weekend Edition will be back shortly.
Wakenya, hii fight hatukuchagua, lakini tuko na choice. Tuchague kujilinda. Tuchague kuprotect familia zetu. Tuchague usafi. Kuosha mikono. Kuosha manyumba zetu. Ndio tulinde watoto wetu. Na tuvae mask. Future yetu iko mikononi mwetu. Kenya, let's do it for the ones we love.
The Dettol range is available on Jumia. Shop safely and conveniently today.
Prison, I thought a lot about you.
This is not acceptable!
We know you love milk, and now there is milk that loves you. With Gold Crown lactose-free milk, you can enjoy the richness of natural cow's milk without any of the digestion discomfort. Gold Crown lactose-free, milk that loves you.
Helen Paul. Hello, madam. Would you like to join us on this mission? Yes, but how? Just one question for you. How do you keep your toilet clean? I use regular detergent and bleach for washing and removing yellow stains. I've been using it for years. Oh, madam, the regular detergents and bleach are used for washing clothes. To disinfect your toilet properly, you need Harpic 10X. It is specially made for germs and stains removal. Harpic's thick formula settles on stains and gives 10 times better cleaning compared to regular detergents and bleach. Wow, now I'm convinced, Helen Paul. Really? Yeah. Now that she's part of the mission, the next house is yours.
Maji mdosi wangu ametupa simu yangu ndani ya maji.
Mdosi wako kwa sawa. Venye Nkirota ameniambia ajui na akimpigia simu ashiki. Hi, guy, what the?
For the women who deserve more, Moped is now in Kenya and more than 40 countries. With its nylon-free surface, new Moped has unique softness and up to 100% protection. Your skin will love it.
Hello, Susan. Yes, you. Holding that pack. I know you've been avoiding me because in the past I've made you uncomfortable. Maybe even caused you pain. But I want you to know that I have changed. For you.
Hey, what is this?
You can love me again if you're willing to give me another chance. Meet me at aisle 4. Hey, Susan.
It's lactose free!
Know you love milk, and now there is milk that loves you. With Gold Crown lactose-free milk, you can enjoy the richness of natural cow's milk without any of the digestion discomfort. Gold Crown lactose-free, milk that loves you.
The risk of illness-causing germs is increasing. It is believed that the coronavirus can remain on surfaces in your home for up to 9 days. Touching infected surfaces is one of the ways in which germs spread. Regularly disinfect your floors, countertops, and kitchen surfaces with bleach, and use an effective toilet cleaner inside and outside your toilet bowl. This message is brought to you by Medifact, JIG, and HAPIC.
Welcome back. The National Environment Management Authority has stopped the construction of a multi-billion shilling investment project at Kwakadzengo area in Kilifi County. The 2 billion shilling factory belonging to Mzuri Sweets Limited was stopped for allegedly encroaching on a wetland. The owners of the factory, however, claimed that they had sought all necessary approvals before backfilling 30 meters of the riparian reserve. Kevin Mutai with the details.
Construction of a multi-billion shillings go down, situated in Kwakadzengo, Kilifi County, has hit a snag following its immediate and abrupt closure by NEMA. The environmental watchdog accuses the developer of reclaiming 30 meters of the wetland illegally.
If you mess up a wetland, you can easily make this road impassable by water, virtually filling the road and making access to Kilifi impossible. So we must take up this action to preempt any such occurrences.
The proprietors of the factory claim that they had all the approvals, including a license from NEMA, the county government of Kilifi, as well as a green light from the National Construction Authority. They are protesting the closure and are questioning why NEMA waited for the project to reach near completion before citing them for encroachment.
We took approval of backfilling and subsequently creating an artificial swamp within the plot. This is what we created.
The creation of the artificial dam was part of the trade-off on the backfilling, which again was prescribed by NEMA.
NEMA says a backfilling and construction of an artificial wetland did not follow proper guidelines, demanding that the investor should reverse the reclaimed swamp area. The hydrological assessment was done in January 2020 with the sole purpose of assessing the impact of backfilling, which NEMA says poses a danger to the environment and would lead to flooding along the highway.
There's a hydrological survey report which was done confirming the existence of a wetland at this site.
A parliamentary committee on environment also toured the site and is yet to prepare a report that will be tabled in Parliament. Kevin Mutai, NTV, in Kilifi County.
As you may know, breast cancer is the second most prevalent cancer among women after cervical cancer, with over 5,000 cases reported each year. And as Kenya marks the Breast Cancer Awareness Month, Bridget Sngana spent some time with the survivor and shares her story.
Her smile eclipses the anguishing turmoil she has had to contend with for the past year since her breast cancer diagnosis. Susan Masharia is the face of a cancer champion here in Olkalau, Nyandarua County.
I just woke up one morning when I was taking a shower and discovered I have a lump on my left breast. It was a shock. I didn't know what it is. I thought it's a boil. So I decided to take medication. I went to our local hospital, JM Kariuki, and the doctor decided that an ultrasound is going to be conducted. So after the ultrasound, when the results came, the doctor still suggested a further investigation. That was a mammogram.
The confirmation that she had a malignant tumor in her breast spelt death to her fiery spirit, but an encounter while in hospital helped her to greatly shift her perspective.
There is a woman who is employed in that hospital, a cancer survivor. And when I was crying at my bed, she came in and told me, Susan, I want to talk to you. And I said, I don't want to hear anything from anyone. Then she said, please let me in your eyes if you're not going to listen to me. She opened and buttoned her blouse and exposed an empty chest. And that's where I gained my strength.
Armed with hope, Susan went to the Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital in Uasin Gishu County to begin her 8 sessions of chemotherapy spread out over a 6-month period. MTRH and the Kenyatta National Hospital have for a long time been the only public facilities offering cancer treatment.
I used to go for 2 days before the D-day that I'm going to get the chemotherapy because of the queue. It's a public hospital. So we used to queue there. For those who didn't have money for rooms, they used to sleep on the hospital bench. It was traumatizing.
However, county hospitals like JM Karaoke in Ol Kalou and the Nakuru Level 5 have begun setting up cancer centers in response to the estimated 40,000 cancer cases recorded annually in the country. Here, patients with national health insurance cover access affordable treatment.
We have been able to see between 2,000 patients and 2,500 patients. These are index patients who are coming both as new patients and transfers from other facilities like NH. Those patients who wish to be followed up closer to home.
Susan is among the leaders of the cancer support group at the JM Karaoke Hospital, and she has made it her goal to seek out cancer patients wasting away in their homes, afraid to seek treatment because of the costs involved.
The treatment of cancer is first surgery, second chemotherapy, and third radiotherapy. And all those services are in our country. So there is no need to go out there. I survived and I didn't go out.
It's the faces of cancer champions like Susan's that show you that this country has the potential to deal with the cancer scourge locally. What Susan and people like her feel that this country should do is to build the capacity of cancer treatment in all public hospitals. Bridget Ngana, NTV, Nyandarua County.
Susan, thank you for sharing your story and giving courage to many others perhaps faced with the same reality and scared about what to do going forward. Another time for a break. I'll be back with more on international scene as well.
Disinfect and protect your home with Jik. Jik kills 99.9% of illness-causing germs. Disinfect floors, kitchen and bathroom surfaces, and wash white clothes, towels, and dishcloths with Jik bleach. Just Jik it.
Parenting is all about learning when to be tough and when to be gentle. Tough, gentle. But when it comes to fever, you need to be both. Panadol Baby and Infant starts to work on fever in 15 minutes and is gentle on the tummy. Tough call. Panadol Baby and Infant. Tough on fever, gentle on your child.
Kira! Kira? Where are you? Malaria!
That's why you need the superior protection of Mortein 360-degree reach. Only this has 11 vents which enable it to reach the farthest corners. Mortein, total indoor protection.
Maji mdosi wangu ametupa simu yangu ndani ya maji.
Mdosi wako kwa sawa. Venye Nkirota ameniambia ajui na akimpigia simu ashiki. Hi! Guy! What the?
For the women who deserve more, Moped is now in Kenya and more than 40 countries. With its nylon-free surface, new Moped has unique softness and up to 100% protection. Your skin will love it.
The new Maisha Aluzinc Mabati from Maisha Mabati Limited. For the first time in Kenya, a roofing product that combines aesthetics with proven resilience. Its unique combination of aluminium and zinc gives it a 5 times longer lifespan than normal Mabati. Thanks to the excellent state-of-the-art mill. It has 20 years lifespan, it's easy to install, it's flexible and durable. It stands up to severe weather conditions, has good abrasion and rust resistance, it's affordable and is approved by the Kenya Bureau of Standards and is available countrywide. It can be used for all applications. Always insist on Maisha Aluzinc Mabati, a product of Maisha Mabati Rolling Mills, Ruiru.
We all are looking for products to protect ourselves from viruses.
But not all products protect us. Did you know that using Dettol soap and water protects against viruses? Many viruses are surrounded by an envelope with receptors that enable them to enter a human cell and cause infection. Dettol soap destroys the outer layer of the virus and effectively removes it. Protect your family from the spread of viruses with Dettol. Dettol cleans and is now tested and proven to be effective against COVID-19 virus. This has been Medivax for Dettol.
The Dettol range is available on Jumia. Shop safely and conveniently today.
That is what this could be. Hii yote ni 5 acres. We are going to build the greenhouse for you, sell the produce, na pia tutagawana faida. 75%, 25%.
You mean 75% for me?
Sign hapa kwanza. First year yield itakuwa ni 67%. Na kuna taxes.
You mean tax?
Sign hapa na hapa. Additionally, kuna 2% facilitation fee na warehouse charges. Sign hapa ya mwisho.
And this is a sure deal.
Completely transparent.
Okay.
If only all things in life were as honest as Airtel's amazing data. Get 500 MB free daily, 3.5 GB free weekly, and 15 GB free monthly with every bundle purchase. Not just for a few, but for every one of you. Switch to Airtel and save. The honest network.
From far with you. I even gifted you a magnificent house. Rosa, it's the thought that counts. Please help me.
When it comes to fever, you need to be both. Panadol Baby and Infant starts to work on fever in 15 minutes and is gentle on the tummy. Panadol Baby and Infant, tough on fever, gentle on your child.
Welcome back to the Continental News. And Guinea's President Alpha Condé has won 59.49% of votes in a hotly contested election where he sought a controversial third term, according to provisional results, announced by the country's electoral authority. His main rival, opposition politician Cellou Dalein Diallo, who claimed victory before the publication of the results, received 33.5% of the vote. Condé thus wins a controversial third term in office following months of violent protest against the possibility of it happening. Police were out in force in the capital, Conakry, during the announcement following days of post-election violence in which at least 9 people were killed. In March, the president pushed through a new constitution which he argued would modernize the country, but it also allowed him to bypass a 2-term limit for presidency. Opposition supporters are deeply suspicious about the independence of Guinea's election authority, although the government insists that the electoral process is fair. The race to develop a vaccine to combat the COVID-19 pandemic is on, and on the fast lane are companies supported by Russia, China, and the United States of America. However, the World Health Organization has identified 42 candidate vaccines at the stage of clinical trials, up from 11 in mid-June. 10 of them are the most advanced phase 3 stage, in which a vaccine's effectiveness is tested on a large scale, generally tens of thousands of people across several continents. World leaders have expressed confidence in their homegrown companies to reach the finish line before all other contenders. Time for another break, and guess what? Ido Aringa has trusted me with her bulletin. Stay with us.
How much bacteria can be killed with Clean Stuff washing powder?
I choose C.
I choose D.
Please think carefully, or you'll be caught by the dinosaur.
Washing is not equal to cleaning. Cleansoft equals real clean.
That's why Cleansoft cleans not just the surface of the clothes, removing stubborn stains easily. effective antibacterial agent goes deep into the fibers, removing 99.99% of the hidden germs.
I choose D.
Congratulations, you are the winner.
Umewahi jichanganya ukanunua choko yako ikuwe alamu, alafu bwana yako akakuja jioni akakula hiyo alamu akaitengeneza kitoweo. Kuna karembo hapa kananiangalia kameshaka, kamecheka mpaka lipstick huko imeisha. Anacheka na mdomo ya juu ati.
Our shelves are fully stocked and prices greatly discounted for you to make that quick and easy return to school. With thousands of back-to-school items, price cuts on your Chuo favorites, and points to score on your Naivas card. Back to school that's safe on your pocket. Naivas saves you money.
Answer's here.
Wow, what a nice gift. I would definitely give this next time.
Cousins Baby Gift Pack, a carefully selected range of safe baby products with natural goodness, trusted for decades by millions of moms across Africa. Cousins Baby, the gift that keeps on giving.
Mix of the Week in association with Airtel.
I don't check my energy.
Using data bundles. Get 500 MB free daily, 3.5 GB free weekly, and 15 GB free monthly with every bundle purchase. Dial *544#. Not just for a few, but for every one of you. Airtel, the honest network.
Maisha Mabati Tips. Made out of aluminium and zinc to last longer than any other mabati. Affordable and value for money. Most preferred and favorite mabati. Used in both housing and projects. KEBS certified.
The new Maisha Aluzinc Mabati from Maisha Mabati Limited. For the first time in Kenya, a roofing product that combines aesthetics with proven resilience. Its unique combination of aluminium and zinc gives it a 5 times longer lifespan than normal mabati.
Washing is not equal to cleaning. CleanSoft equals real clean.
CleanSoft cleans not just the surface of the clothes, removing stubborn stains easily. Effective antibacterial agent goes deep into the fibers, removing 99.99% of the hidden germ. Congratulations, you are the winner!
On this week's episode of your most trusted property show, we find out more on how technology is being used to advance the real estate sector.
I really want to see what we can do to help improve the Kenyan industry in terms of quality and training in particular.
And how building materials are shaping the built environment.
The future is for the ambitious. It's for those who embrace change. It's for those who embrace new technologies. And they will be rewarded for it.
You do not want to miss a thing this Sunday at 5:30 p.m. only on NTV.
TV Sport in association with Showmax.
Welcome to the sports. There looks to be reprieve for contact sports in the country despite a ban by the government, with the Ministry of Sports looking to ease restrictions around team sports in the country. Sports Cabinet Secretary Amina Mohammed was speaking at the close of a 4-day WRC Safari Rally staff retreat in Mombasa.
Now, on contact sports, and I think that's really an important question because although the protocols that we released said that our sportsmen and women could not undertake contact sports, I think we all know that there has been, they've been playing. So it's something that we're discussing with the Ministry of Health to see how we can support that with the right protocols, of course.
AFC Leopards haven't won the Kenya Premier League title in 22 years, but are hopeful of different tidings with the onset of a new league season. Ingwe is set to open their 2020-2021 campaign against Western Stima at Nyayo Stadium on Saturday, November the 21st.
Bila shaka utakuwa ni msimu mgumu kabisa, kwamba timu nyingi zimesajili wachezaji wazuri, kutakuwa na ushindani mkubwa kabisa. Vile vile pia sisi tunajua kwamba tuna nafasi kubwa pia ya kufanya vyema. Tumeweza kusajili wachezaji kadhaa ambao ni wazuri kabisa, na imani kwamba watatuongezea nguvu sana kama FC Leopards. Kwa hivyo bila shaka tunatarajia kwamba msimu utakuwa ni mzito, lakini tutakuwa tumepata muda mwafaka wa kujiandaa ili mradi tuweze kabiliana na msimu huu.
Kambi ya Iten itawasaidiaje?
Bila shaka itatusaidia kwa pakubwa. Kuna wachezaji wengi ambao tumewasajili ambao tujapata nafasi ya kufanya mazoezi nao. Nafikiri itakuwa ni muda mwafaka wale wachezaji kuingia kwenye timu, utengamano uzidi kuwa sawa, na vile vile pia waweze kujuana na wenzao, kwa maana unajua mchezo wa kandanda inakuwa ni kama familia. Kwa hivyo mnapokuja pamoja, tunapopata muda mrefu ambaye tunakaa pamoja kama familia, basi tunaelewana zaidi, si kwa masuala ya kandanda peke yake, bali tunakuja karibu kama marafiki, na hiyo inatusaidia kufanya kazi vyema zaidi.
Na nini malengo yako katika msimu unaokuja?
Bila shaka kama timu zote 18 ambazo zitakuwa zinacheza ni kulenga lile taji. Najua sio rahisi, ni jambo ambalo hatujafanya kwa miaka mingi, lakini na imani kwamba wachezaji ambao tumesajili watatuongezea nguvu ili mradi tuweze kufanya vyema kuliko tulivyofanya msimu uliopita.
Oftentimes, when we think of big football transfers in foreign leagues, a nicely polished picture of the players signing a contract with the coach close by comes to mind. But how exactly does the player get there? Who discovers them? Ida Oringa chats with Francis Kaigao, former head of global scouting at English Premier League club Arsenal. His transfer magic is responsible for some of the club's most notable players.
Francis, you joined Arsenal as a scout under Arsene Wenger's time. Just tell us a bit more about that experience.
You know, when I joined the club was just starting up a global scouting department. So it was very, very important for me. And he was a very, very important figure, he and others, but he was a very, very important figure for me. You know, somebody who showed a lot of bravery, because one thing is to recruit and bring in top young talented players, but another thing is for a manager then to show the bravery and put those young players on the field early when you're competing for championships and trophies. And he did that. He showed a lot of bravery in terms of being prepared to throw talent onto the pitch early and give young players a chance.
And let's go through quickly some of the more notable players that you helped discover for Arsenal as you give us your thoughts behind each. So let's start off with Cesc Fabregas.
In terms of Cesc, a young player I saw when he was 15, who we signed at 16, a player who had remarkable maturity, a GPS in his brain, a player whose decision-making was near perfect already at such a young age. Remarkable, really. And a player who, when he joined us, adapted quicker than we ever thought he would, becoming at the time our youngest ever debutant and one of our youngest ever captains. A player who went on to have a remarkable career and basically has won everything in the game. So, I think we can be very proud of that moment, and he's gone on to have a stellar career.
What about Robin van Persie, another big one? Tell us about his development coming into Arsenal, of course, until that very controversial move to Manchester United.
We actually had to look at him a lot in training at one stage because he wasn't getting minutes on the pitch. A fabulous, so talented striker, incredible left foot. Robin was pure talent. He had some issues back in those early days, but once he matured, we all saw that he became an outstanding striker, a player who initially played on the out wide, could play as a second striker, but developed into a striker with time. Unfortunately, the club took the decision to sell him, which was a little bit out of the club's hands at the time, possibly. But another player who went on to have an incredible career in the game.
What about Alexis Sanchez? A lot of opinions that his career probably peaked at Arsenal.
Possibly. I would say that Alexis is a player that we looked at, that I'd scouted for many, 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 many years, and at one stage we looked at signing him a lot earlier on, years earlier than we did, who possibly, wasn't consistent ever for 90 minutes of the game. But those flashes of electricity and brilliance that he gave you during the game would often be match-winning moments. Possibly since he's left us, I would agree that he hasn't really reproduced that form for one reason or for another. But I can't go into that because more than anything, I don't know the reasons why.
Absolutely. And you were head of global scouting when Arsenal signed Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. What were your thoughts on that signing from BVB?
Yeah, I mean, Aubameyang was a player we've looked at for many, many years. You know, I recall it when he was at Saint-Etienne. There was a moment when we were strongly considering the player. Was part of that transition, you know, a natural goal scorer, you know, and a natural athlete. You know, I think we've seen that, you know, Oba is a very, very, very important player for Arsenal.
Absolutely. And of course, Francis, we're talking top tier here, so the talent across the board is definitely A1. But tell us, are there any African players, you know, who you signed and just found particularly outstanding after?
Well, you know, the club now has Nicolas Pepe, and the club have just signed Thomas Partey, you know, since I left. It's obviously a player that we had, you know, looked at for many years, you know, and we'd made some strong recommendations and were close to the player in the past. I think Thomas will bring a lot to Arsenal's team because he offers something different in the position he plays, possibly something that the team didn't have at the present time. So I think he'll be a very, very strong complement to the team.
Be sure to check out the long version of the interview on NTV Kenya's YouTube page for more on some of Arsenal's biggest misses, including why Kaigao wasn't able to get Lionel Messi and Gerard Piqué to join their La Masia buddy Fabregas at Arsenal. That's it for sports, and we'll be wrapping up in a minute.
NTV Sport in association with Showmax.
That's it for NTV Weekend Edition. I'm Mark Masai. Wagwan to my sign language interpreter Flora Atieno, and to the team in the gallery. They still have a long night as Jam Down is up next with Miss Katiwa and DJ Mo Spice. They're not on the other side of the studio, although there is a setup. There's somewhere else, as you're about to see. The party has already started, and it wouldn't be justified for me to say any more. Let me get out.
This is NTV.
I help women find independence by training them in fish farming. It's tough on my back, joints, and can cause headaches. Panadol Extra relieves multiple types of pain. If symptoms persist, seek medical advice.
Inda Assistia Meet na Absa, the official banking partner of the EPL in Africa. Stand a chance to win 1 million Kenya shillings every month when you deposit into your Absa personal or business account. That's Absa. That's Africanacity.
Washing is not equal to cleaning. Cleasoft equals real clean.
Cleasoft cleans not just the surface of the clothes, removing stubborn stains easily. Effective antibacterial agent goes deep into the fibers, removing 99.99% of the hidden germ. Congratulations! You are the winner!
Maji mdosi wangu ametupa simu yangu ndani ya maji.
Mdosi wako kwa sawa. Venye Nkirota ameniambia ajui na akimpigia simu ashiki. Hi! Guy, what the...
For the women who deserve more, Moped is now in Kenya and more than 40 countries. With its nylon-free surface, new Moped has unique softness and up to 100% protection. Your skin will love it.
Credit hauna, pesa hauna, connection hauna, hata simu ya maana hauna, lakini unanipigia simu ndio nichukue ikatike after 2 seconds so that I can call you back. Unadhani sijui? Wacha nifikirie kidogo nione kama ndachukua.
To get hauna by Abujubuju, dial *811 *925#. Skiza, non-nation.
Do you really think that I enjoy seeing, despite all the years that have passed, that you're still madly in love with my husband?
You took him away from me, like you always do. You're living the life that's supposed to be mine.
You're absolutely crazy!
You need to understand that nobody wants you here.
I don't know why you hate us so much, madam. You certainly do.
Make my life hell, but if you mess with my daughter, I'll make you regret the day you were born.
Why would you break my heart this way?
And haven't you broken my heart?
Along Came Love, in association with Blue Band Peanut Butter.
On this week's episode of your most trusted property show, we find out more on how technology is being used to advance the real estate sector.
I really want to see what we can do to help improve the Kenyan industry in terms of quality and training in particular.
And how